What? Hold on, I can't hear shit. Give me a moment. I lowered down the speakers because you guys were talking over something. Alright. I like it.
Uh, I I did not have my mic settings on. Shit. Oh, I hate myself. I hate myself so much. What are some of what I said? I said it's good. It solves up the story. Solves up the story. Makes it more clear than what Security Breach had. And and when it comes to the endings and stuff, that was the most confusing part to figure out which one's the true ending, the canon one. And then the horror aspect, yeah, the horror aspect is much scarier than Security Breach. Like Security Breach did have some horror parts, you know, the endoskeletons, and then you get to the shadow animatronics part, but it wasn't that much because like you see all the stuff how people treat it. Like it's like Security Breach is for little babies and stuff, but then Rune just comes out and just makes it more horror like with the previous games and stuff with the ambience, the silence. It's like you're like the whole ambience is like it has this feeling like you're actually there, you're kind of terrified in a way, and it's like you trying to get through, find Gregory, quote unquote Gregory. You're trying to find him, and then it's like one wrong move, mess up, and you're dead. So that those are my thoughts on what Security Breach has been like for me.
I like it so far. There wasn't any problems with the gameplay.
Like, no problems with gameplay, though. What could be improvements is some more, I guess, usage of. I guess it could be that. Hold on, let me think. Let me think. Vanny, Vanny or Vanessa. Well, they're basically the same person, but you get what I'm saying. Vanny or Vanessa, Vanny, mostly in particular, could have had more relevance in a way. Like we get the max, but it's like could have got more relevance in what exactly happened afterwards. Like she could have been like that's some sort of key part into Ruin, I guess, to the closer ending part rather than just Gregory telling you where to go and helping you out to how to escape. Now, ooh, what's it right now? During our old pod. Let's hear what y'all got to say. What y'all got to say about Ruin?
I don't got that much. I think it's a lot more better than the main game. It's a lot more, I guess, creepier, and you don't know what exactly is happening. Not in the sense like, oh, the game doesn't give you that many hints of.
Like,
It's more of like you don't know what's about to fucking kill you.
yeah, like it doesn't give you any hints on what happened to the Pizzaplex. Like you're just thrown in and see the Pizzaplex is all in ruins, which takes the whole horror like atmosphere. Hello,
Hello, hello.
hello.
Hey, and
Aloha.
Hi.
Yes, we are talking.
How is ya?
Yeah, we're fine. We're good. We're talking about security breach for today stream.
Ah.
It's like, oh, I played security breach this week, and I'm like, you know what? That's Thursday's talk. Thursday, we can talk about Ruin Thursday.
Hmm.
Yeah. So right now we're just talking about our own thoughts for what we think about it. I got mine. Tony got his, but was so small. Right.
I'm not replying. I'm replying to someone.
Yeah, and like right now it's like it feels like that old FNAF feeling like you're not giving answers right away. It's just little subtle hints of what's going on. Like you enter the Pizzaplex, it's all in ruins. Like you don't know what's going on. Why is it like that? Until two
besides
things.
the little newspapers.
Yeah, it's like two things. One, you look at the newspapers and it says it's an earthquake. An earthquake happened and it just made the whole place like that in ruins. No pun intended.
I mean, I think it's fairly obvious what caused the earthquake. It was the blob escaping the. Because if we're assuming Princess Quest ending is the canon ending,
It is.
if we're assuming that is the canon ending, then I would assume that everything that caused it to collapse and shit would be the blob trying to find a way out because something's still there that shouldn't be. Which is the mimic.
Like I said, the two things. The one thing was the newspapers seeing that the earthquake, aka the blob messing around, caused it.
Yeah.
And you find out it is the blob when you go down the stairs. It's like a brief scene. It's like a quick blink and you miss, but you see the blob at the bottom of the stairs in a hole. See his head, and then he just dips out when you look. And like another spot where you could tell is like I think it's when you're close to what yeah, it's like when you first find blob in Security Breach. It's under the raceway when you go down.
When we find it in Security Breach, it's when you go down from the raceway to get to the after ending.
Yeah. And you keep walking down, then you see the pizzeria simulator place. You walk in, and there's a little hole over there. Walk down some stairs,
Which is where the blob is. And you have to be in Freddy to get down there.
Yeah, I don't remember when playing this the first time, but I think I.
Because the blob will attack Gregory if you go down alone.
Yeah, I think I did go down, but at the same time, it's like I'm just trying to see what's next. I'm just gonna look like I remember going, oh, the blob's gone. Then I just find out that he was actually at the beginning at the stairs, and it's actually what made the earthquakes happen.
Yeah, because my assumption with regarding what caused the Pizzaplex to collapse, because again we're assuming Princess Quest is the canon ending. If that's the canon ending, then what caused the building to collapse is the blob moving about throughout the building and moving under the building, creating the earthquakes.
Yeah,
weakening the infrastructure. That's the only real excuse for why the pizza place would collapse if Princess Quest is ending. Because Princess Quest ending, that ending in particular, has nothing bad physically happen to the Pizzaplex. That is the only ending where there's nothing that happens bad inside the Pizzaplex that causes it to collapse.
But alright.
Alright. If we go through go through the security breach endings. There's the bad ending. Pizzaplex doesn't collapse, but Gregory ends up back inside. There's the drive out the fucking car ending, which again the Pizzaplex technically doesn't collapse.
But we don't know what happened, but I
But
bet
there's nothing really interesting in that ending, so most people just ignore it.
other than the Mr. Glamrock Hippo.
Which I love. Then there's the fire ending, which is the first ending in which we see building damage to the building. There's the afternoon ending, in which case the whole Pizzaplex collapses. It's why a lot of people assume that was the canon ending.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like, the way to see it as how Princess Quest is the main ending to ruin how everything got to there. There's definitely something in between Princess Quest and Ruin. Because Princess Quest, you say Vanny, and then it's like she meets up with Gregory and Freddy as a head.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Which will explain why Freddy's body doesn't have a head in Ruin.
yeah, and then it's like they are on terms, but then it's like Vanessa realized that while under Glitchtrap's control or his control, whichever it is for anybody prefers.
Which is called Glitch Trap.
Yeah, we'll go for Glitchtrap now. While under Glitchtrap's control, she remembers what she was doing as Vanny. Tells Gregory about it. They go back and then they try to seal him up. So while sealing him up, they run into the blob, which definitely has some trouble because since Freddy was just a head and they're just regular people, the blob attacked them just out of aggressiveness, rage,
Yeah.
whatever it is. They get to Mimic, which is, if I had to guess, because when we first meet Mimic here,
I would assume Burn Trap is the Mimic.
Yeah. Burn Trap is a Mimic, because like when we first meet Mimic in Ruin, he doesn't have the whole spring lock stuff, though there are little hints of it left on there.
Yeah.
So they meet Mimic when he's Burn Trap, with the flesh corpse and the spring lock bonding.
All that, yeah.
Yeah. They did what they came to do, seal him away, and then get out as the blob is just causing a mess and just causing earthquakes under the Pizzaplex, causing it to be like that.
Yeah.
Then time skip for like maybe a few months. Few months?
Probably.
Go by 3 months. Go by 3 months.
We'll say a few months, maybe a year.
Few months, and then Cassie gets to the Pizzaplex thinking Gregory's there, but he's not.
It's the Mimic.
And then we just go through the story of Ruin.
Yeah. Because my assumption has always been it's Princess Quest is canon, but after Princess Quest is done, then immediately after that, Gregory and Freddy go and do the after ending. That those two endings happen together.
Yeah. I know how.
Because it's the only one. Because it's the only one that makes sense for why the Pizzaplex would be in Ruin. Then that's the only way it would make sense.
Yeah.
After they free Vanessa, Gregory and Freddy are like, "Hey, there's something darker here in the Pizzaplex, worse than just Vanny," and that's when they go down, find the blob, and find Burn Trap.
Yeah, I think I know how this went out. Right? Because of the Mexis. That's how it's just pronounced. Mexis, not Max. The Mexis security program. That was definitely Vanessa's work. Cause like both.
Oh, absolutely, it has to be.
Yeah. Cause like here's what happened. Cause like it's not that they immediately left the pizzeria. They met up with Vanessa. She tells them about the Mimic and stuff. They go down there, and Vanessa is making the Vanny.
Well, Vanessa's
Vanny with the eye program along with Mexis, because like if you notice the backpack and look closer at it, that actually has Gregory's name on it. They were both down there before. Installed the Mexis program to keep Mimic down there so he doesn't escape. And then you get the stuff. Blob does the earthquake and stuff, and then they get out.
Yeah.
And then we get to that little image of them on the hill eating ice cream, with just Freddy there between them.
And again, like that's the thing. Like it can't be that only one of those endings happen. At least two of them have to happen in the same timeline in order for us to get to Ruin.
You know what? I think
Because then why would because again, if Princess Quest doesn't happen and we only get the Burn Trap ending, why would the Vanny maps be left behind, but we'd have no concrete conclusion to Vanessa's story then?
you know what could happen hypothetically. What could
Vanessa's dead.
theoretically happen is that both the Burn Trap ending and Princess Quest ending can be combined still, because like in order for
No,
Gregory
that's what I'm suggesting.
yeah, because in order for Gregory to have that one drawing of Burn Trap and the Blob, he has to meet him at least.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, at the very least, those two endings have to be canonically in line with each other to the same timeline. Like, you can ignore the bad ending of Gregory leaving. That's the bad ending. You can ignore the burn down the Pizzaplex ending because again, it's kind of a bad ending. But the thing is, you have to, in order for Ruin to work the way it currently does, where it's basically, Gregory and Vanessa are guiding you at the end there. Because I think it's fairly obvious it's Vanessa who's giving Gregory the directions of like, hey, turn here, turn here, turn here. I'm pretty sure it's Vanessa giving him the those directions.
Yeah, it's like
that makes because she would have those schematics.
Yeah, when it's like Gregory trying to help Cassie escape, there's a little static there. Trying to say who's Gregory's friend, and it's obviously Vanessa.
It's obviously Vanessa, which means Princess Quest has to have happened in order for that to be the case. But again, like the only way we get the ruin happening the way it looks in the game is through the Burn Trap ending. So the only way that happened is Princess Quest happens first, is the first canonical ending. There's a reason it's the only 3-star ending, right? Insecurity Breach Princess Quest was the only 3-star ending because Burn Trap was 2-star. I remember that.
Yeah, Princess Quest is definitely 3-star. Then Burn Trap is 2-star.
Yeah, because like there's the 3-star, which is Princess Quest, then the 3 different 2-star endings, which is all the different escapes as well as Burn Trap, and then the only 1-star ending is Gregory just leaving at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So like my idea is you have to do the 3-star ending first. That is the first canonical ending of the game.
And then you do.
And then after that is the Burn Trap ending, which is why the Pizzaplex is collapsed.
Yeah. Then, well, do I bring the books in here? I'm gonna bring the books in this. Then
Go ahead, go for it.
The Pizzaplex books. Like the only thing I can bring up about the Pizzaplex books is the whole. What do I put? How Mimic came to be from Burn Trap to what he looked like in Ruin.
Well, I think it's fairly obvious what that is. It's him watching security footage of Gregory in the Pizzaplex.
Yeah. Cause like beforehand, because like one thing that still boggles some people's mind is how, even though Mimic is canon, even though he practically was the whole time, Mimic has been confirmed canon. It's just his appearance is oddly different, and it's like, why is that the case? Because beforehand, when he was Burn Trap, reminder, that head as Burn Trap, that's someone else's head he had. Like he literally killed somebody and took their head while he was trying to mimic Absent at that point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the other issue there is in the books we've already seen him go into costumes with other people inside the costumes.
Yeah.
We've seen the Mimic do that in the fucking Tales of the Pizzaplex books. We've seen the Mimic do that.
Yeah, because like
I don't remember the exact story, but there's literally a story where he gets inside of a dog costume while there's a girl inside the costume.
Yeah, that was Tiger Rock. That's when the Mimic was introduced.
Yeah.
But
so the idea that the Mimic put its own body inside of the Springtrap outfit while Afton's decayed body was still inside of it isn't too surprising.
It's like, let me think. Right. Because like when Pizzaplex first, Tales of Pizzaplex first came around, they had these little epilogues of what Burn Trap supposedly is. Then Tiger Rock came around and fully explained the whole backstory of who he is, and started to understand why is he so aggressive and and
Yeah.
and that it's not Afton. It's a AI that's replicating Afton's movements, which we
Yeah,
actually
because it was
theorized a long
fed.
time ago.
Yeah, because the AI itself was fed data from FNAFs 1 through 6, or at least 1 through 4 at the very least, and got a crash course on Afton's history. Because canonically in the FNAF universe, FNAFs 1 through 4 are games.
Wait, but first,
That's that.
yeah,
The first 4 games in the FNAF series, FNAF 1, 2, 3, and 4, canonically within the game, within the story of FNAF Sister Location onwards, are canonically games within the universe. That's from the book Help Wanted, which is one of the stories in Tales of the Pizzaplex.
yeah, like
Because it outright says that FNAF 4 is from the mind of a game developer.
yeah. What was I saying for? Oh yeah, right. But well, first, beforehand about learning how Afton acts. Beforehand, we got to go back to how Mimic came to be. Cause what's his name? Edwin. That's who made Mimic. He made Mimic because of work, being too much work, not having time with his son. Make Mimic to do that. But his son got into an car accident, died,
Died
and then Edwin took out his anger on his own
on
creation,
the Mimic.
And that said Mimic basically kind of
Started to
replicated,
go insane.
yeah, replicating Edwin's anger in a way. Which when first the Fazbear Entertainment took it and employees fixed it
It
up,
killed several employees.
yeah, and then it got much worse when it started to mimic Afton's murdering stuff, even to the point where he looked more like Springtrap than, well, Afton, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at first hand, when Mimic became more like Afton is like there's Mimic 1, the little AI that was put into VR game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mimic 1, that was ported into the VR game, which became Glitchtrap, which turned into the Spring Bonnie Stitch suit. I'll call it a Stitch suit because it's not really a Spring Lock.
Yeah.
And how that Stitch suit acted out in the VR game is basically reenacting how Afton lured the kids and killed them. And then we get the security breach where he evolved, well, basically like almost like a zombified corpse, tried to take over Freddy, and yeah, but the rest is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like there is still some unanswered questions, Ruin.
There always are.
What? I don't know.
The biggest question we have now is, what is the canon ending of Ruin, which we're assuming is the ending where Cassie gets fucking dropped.
Yeah, because
Like that's the assumption.
yeah, like we got the
We have three.
neutral,
We have
neutral ending where
three.
he's just keep going, following Gregory's instructions to get to the elevator where she gets dropped, supposedly by Gregory. I still believe
Which is the bad ending.
Yeah, what's basically the bad ending. There's the Fredbear ending, which is odd. Then
Fredbear ending. What's that one?
There's the where you instead of going right, you immediately go left, and you put on the mask. You see a Fredbear.
Oh yeah, that's the one I told you about. Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah. And then there's the Scooper ending, which you gotta find.
Which honestly feels the least canon.
Yeah, where you gotta find secret cameras in certain chapters, and then when you get when you get to that room, I think you go left to a door. It's not in the fucking corridor where you're being chased by Mimic and go left to the Fredbear cutout. It's in a room where straight ahead you see a door, but there's another door to your left. That's when it gets unlocked. And that's how you try to get the Scooper ending where you're in a Scooper room. Some type of Scooper room. You go
I was gonna say, have you seen the ending or do you want me to tell it to you?
No, actually, because I'm streaming right now, we can actually look it up.
Okay, let me stream it.
I can do it. I can do it.
I'm already sharing my screen.
Man, is that my like? All right. I'll test with your stream. All right. But don't play it yet. Let me transition to
Yeah, no, I'm just waiting on you. Okay.
It's all G. From
It's fucking Fusion Z. Hold on.
to Griselda in the streets.
Doing something for me for a change was getting my education, so I decided that Purdue Global was
Ads.
No! No, 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 no.
I actually haven't seen this one.
Come on. Stupid flashlights!
look at the normal one.
Yeah. 2, which would be
That's the school money.
I'm Freddy.
Big.
that's what's surprising me. I'm pretty sure it's just for jumping up. Yeah, that's that one. Scuba ending.
Yeah, here we go.
Hidden cameras chapters 1, 3, 5, and 7. There you go.
Good. 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, odd
What's
numbers.
that supposed to be?
1357. 1753.
Ooh.
Hello, hello.
We're just discussing it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I know how to do it. It's just zoom out.
I'm just checking to see who joined us.
You guys ended.
Hi, Zen.
Cassie, where are you? Gregory, I made it to Catwalks. You said I could get to the raceway from here? Hold on. The schematic
Now there's only 4 of us here.
redirect the gondolas to the maintenance room.
Also, hello, Fast. Hello, Ken.
Security node.
Okay.
Then use the track
I've
control.
been here.
Gregory!
Yes, I know. I just didn't say hi to you when I joined the call.
Oh,
Of course not. So, security node and tracking controller. Whatever that is.
Oh, Jesus, that scared me.
Hey, look, speed running. Something you wish.
I think it's right here where they... Is it? Oh, he just found the notes first.
Yeah. Doing the nodes, I think, before he does the camera thing. Actually makes sense.
the little running sounds like Stewie Griffin's running cycle.
Huh?
The little speed, the sprinting speed up. You know how it's speeding up the video and while they're running, it sounds like Stewie's walking.
Here we go. Oh, there it is.
There you go. In chapter 5.
This is... I don't know what that is.
There's the scissors.
Yeah, the scissors.
Go that way. Oh, this is the raceway.
Yeah, where he just gets you. Then chapter 7.
Chapter
With
7.
With these annoying little brats.
These annoying bastards that you hate so much.
Yeah, I see why they're D-tier characters.
Don't tell that to Matt, Pat.
Right?
I think he agrees.
He
Nah.
loves the Music Men.
Did you forget that, like, he absolutely adores Music Man?
I mean,
The
Fine.
entire meme is Music Man. Is him
Fine.
shouting Music Man because he predicted Music Man would be in this fucking game.
oh, right here's where you get a...
What are those things? They look like the DJ.
There's that one.
They're not in asshole mode yet.
You haven't beaten the game before.
You go down here. There's the backpack where
Which?
it's have Gregory on it. There's Mexis. Got it down.
Imagine what happens if you click no.
How does that...
think there were a couple of videos on what happens if you press the no.
Gregory! Are you in there? The stupid door won't open. Well, it looks like someone poured concrete over the door. How am I supposed to get rid of concrete?
Gee, I wonder.
Called being forklift certified.
Of course, you would have made the forklift certified joke.
It's right there. The forklift.
It's like right.
Gregory! Gregory! You okay?
Yes, I'm fine, Cassie. Even though I'm up on the surface and you're underground.
Deep
Saved
underground.
me. You
Oh, you
saved
can see
me.
the costume.
Gregory?
Yeah.
Oh,
Download the
Oh, what
Domino's
the
app
hell?
today and become a piece of the pie
Domino's.
rewards. and
I'm
enter the rewards
Gregory.
for a free
You want
pizza.
some pizza?
and some Clash of Clans apparently.
Skip it.
I'm Gregory.
Oh, nah.
You're not Gregory.
That face though.
What are you?
Walking around in the middle of the night like on Halloween, you just see that running up on you.
Oh, that'd be so terrifying.
Get out of here!
One,
And of course, Roxy makes it ambitious.
Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you can definitely see the difference in the costumes are there.
Gregory?
Yeah.
Is that really you?
Fast forward a bit.
Now!
Tracy.
Go right!
You go right here.
It's right behind you!
No, it's not.
Is it?
Is it really? It's walking. It's probably walking at this point.
Go right! Right!
Then
Hurry!
once you pass the green rocks. Oh wow, that's
Yeah, that was terrifying. Yep, there.
right there. You go right when you get.
Oh,
See that button right there.
yeah.
Which should close the door and the same sound from this location. Jesus, look at that thing.
That's definitely not the same scooper that got hit. That Michael hit.
Yeah, that took out Michael.
And just like so, like that. It's right there.
Yeah. Which I mean, I don't believe it's dead in that ending.
I
This
don't
is
think it's
obviously
dead.
not the ending.
Unfortunately,
A
nothing.
secret?
Oh,
Hey, is this
it's
what
a
Okay.
oh. Oh.
Because we already see the Freddy bear.
Something's trying to trick you! You're a bit late. This thing in the base. Going! Go right! Right!
Is the one right, Kevin?
Hurry!
Very good ball. Oh, no. This isn't a secret.
Yes, I'm
Oh.
okay. I found a spot to hide.
Where's Freddy?
Oh, oh, just escape from the sky's mimic. Okay,
Trying to figure out what this one is.
that's the same thing. Fredbear.
What the why does it show it twice then?
Because they
Fredbear.
wanted to show the variation.
Okay. That's stupid.
All right, I'm gonna solve this once for all. I need to figure out there's a repercussion for pressing no.
What's that supposed to be?
I mean, like, it's fairly obvious that there's only one real canon ending. Though I would love for the Scooper ending to be real, the canon one.
Yeah.
Because like that's honestly the best of the 3 endings.
Yeah. And it takes the most effort.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think we'll find out later.
Probably with Help Wanted 2.
There's another Help Wanted game coming out.
Help Wanted 2 is coming out later this year.
Yeah, just the sister location.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
My thing with Help Wanted 2 is it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be a prequel game to fill in the gap between Security Breach and Ruin, or it's going to be explaining what happens to Cassie in the aftermath of this game, which will confirm which of the 2 endings is canon.
Yeah. When is that? Did they ever have a release date?
Last I heard it was going to be later this year. I'm assuming it's going to come out like right after the movie.
Maybe.
Which, I mean, hey, that'd be cool. So like, where we stand right now, we have the questionable fate of Cassie, a mimic who's possibly on the loose and or dead, and we have Gregory, Vanessa, and Freddy head somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
None of these plot threads have been resolved properly.
Not yet, at
It
least.
would be dumb of them not to, at the very least, either set up Cassie's begin point for Ruin with Help Wanted 2, or to resolve at least 2 or 3 of these plot points in Help Wanted 2.
Right.
Very likely we're going to get another DLC for Security Breach. If not, we're going to get an entirely new game exploring more of the Pizzaplex.
Either new game or another DLC that is a continuation of Ruin.
Yeah. Which, what would you call that game? Survivor?
Maybe?
I mean, at that point, that's what Cassie is becoming, a survivor.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe call it something like Legacy.
Yeah.
Because I'm only saying that just not mainly because it sounds cool, but I feel like they might do something like, oh, you're going to be the new XYZ character to replace the old XYZ character.
I mean,
Hence, Legacy.
My idea is that it's going to be a game where I would love for them to do what they did with Poppy Playtime and create like a team game.
Well, like some.
So it's like you're going, like what's the team game that Poppy Playtime made?
It's literally called Project Playtime.
Yeah, Project
There you go, Project
Playtime.
Playtime.
Where it's just a
Well,
4
basically,
players
you do
against
that,
one
but you're going-
monster.
Yeah, you're going in, like they basically do that, but with FNAF, and it's like one player is playing as the Mimic, or say, I don't know, Monty, which not likely anymore. Given how we
Hey,
treat
dude,
Monty.
what are you talking about?
I mean,
Monty-
they can still do it. They can still do it. Just before Ruin.
Like,
Like set them as
Ian
skins.
just
Set them as
wants
skins.
Monty's name.
Here's the thing,
Ian
either
just
do it
wants
before-
Monty's name to be dragged through the mud. Plain and
Oh
simple.
yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing: either they do it before Ruin, or you can do something after Ruin, in which basically the Mimic goes and revives all the dead animatronics. Roxy, the Eclipse, I guess. Like
Is it
goes
dead?
to all of them, corrupts them again, and basically you could do like a Project Playtime and have it be like 4 workers going because there's reports of like, oh, a child went in here and went missing. You know?
That or the mimic can actually do the mimicking thing.
Yeah, or you could just do the Mimic.
I feel
Yeah, the
like
mimic
that's
can,
a lot
like-
better than just another.
That would be a
corruption
lot
thing.
better, probably.
Yeah, like
It's like-
Nintendo
Actually,
with
no,
the
hold
costumes.
on.
Each of the animatronics. Yeah.
Hold on. The plot that you were saying about 4 adults going in to find Cassie actually kind of makes sense because that would also play into the fact that either the Vanny Mask ending or the Scooper ending would be canonical. It actually, never mind. It actually plays in with all 3 endings. Because Cassie,
She's still down there.
Yeah, she's still down there.
At the end of the day, she's still down there. So you can make it like a 4-person, I guess you could say, Dead by Daylight, like a Dead by Daylight-esque game.
Yeah.
Where now instead of you as Cassie going around activating the 4 cameras, it's 4 adults activating a camera each, you know? Or, you know,
Yeah.
going by.
And
as a
you're
team.
being hunted down by the Mimic, and each of those adults is being hunted down by the Mimic. The end of the game is that
Exactly.
at the very least one of the adults has to find Cassie and get her out.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
the win condition, the winning animation is the adult or adults, depending on how many people survive, leave the Pizzaplex with Cassie.
With Cassie.
bad ending. I don't know. It could just be like the mimic,
Cassie
and then
dies.
like it could be that, or it could just be like the mimic cackling or something, and then an
Yeah.
ominous look on the other animatronics. You know,
Yeah.
You guys
But
say
like,
that
it'd
going
be-
that route, don't you think that the
because
mimic would also try to use the adults to find Cassie?
Oh yes, it would. That's what I'm saying. The win condition would be an adult getting Cassie out of there, and the adults getting trapped with the mimic.
no, half the battle is literally finding her, because like us the player know she's in the basement, but half the battle is getting the cameras activated to open up those doors. The other half is making sure you guys make it back with her to the front door.
Because like the only ending where this doesn't work is the scoop ending, in which case the mimic's already dead.
Or knocked out.
No, it's definitely dead.
No, it's dead. You can't knock out a robot.
Monty says otherwise.
Monty's dead.
That's Monty.
Like, here's the thing: you can disable a robot temporarily, but it will turn back on if you do that. And even then, why would the mimic
Cooper
not try to
literally
get her
just, like, fucking
again?
killed him.
Yeah,
You think it has
Like-
a precise precision just to turn it off?
just to turn it off. No way in hell.
Bro actually crushed him for no reason.
I think the best ending, I think the one canon ending that type of game would follow would then be the quote unquote bad ending, where elevator falls and shit. In which case in which you and the team have to go down there and try to rescue her from the mimic. In which you also have a bunch of killer animatronics, specifically the endos, to deal with as well.
I hate those guys.
Exactly.
No, I think that would be too much. Like I know that it's like 4 adults, but at the same time, you got to make it to where you got to also follow, I guess, what I'm going to be dubbing the Dead by Daylight formula: 1 killer, 4 survivors.
True.
So by following,
I mean,
that,
to be fair,
maybe-
you could do the endos as like a security thing of like they alert the mimic of like, hey, there's a person over here, person,
yeah,
and like that
like-
attracts the mimic.
like there'll be a bunch of endos scattered around. The killer, aka the mimic, gets to decide which ones are activated. He can only keep 2 or 3 or 4 activated at a time. A survivor walks by, the endo will grab the survivor and kind of scare the absolute
Jesus out of them.
Yeah.
It will scare the absolute everything out of them, which will alert the mimic, hey, there's someone over there. But people can break out, that kind of thing.
Can break them out, in which they disable that animatronic again, and so the mimic has to reactivate it.
Exactly.
Because again, like it's a case that they'd have to go like the poppy playtime / Dead by Daylight strategy. It'd be a fun game. It would be less of a horror game and more of just cooperative. But they've proven before that when they do games like that, they can have fun with it.
That kind of game reminds me of the Dark Deception type of game.
Yeah,
Something of monsters, I think it's
It's
what's
literally
called.
just Dark Deception monsters.
Game.
yeah.
It's
But
the
yeah,
one
no,
that
like
kinda got,
that'd be a
like,
fun way to
sued
continue the story.
Monster.
I think that would be a fun way to continue the story, though.
One other thing that you said about it either taking place during security breach or ruin, or what I think is most likely it taking place during both.
What? Help Wanted 2?
No, your proposed multiplayer idea.
Oh no,
If
after
that were
Ruin.
to, no, if that were to happen, like they actually did decide to go through with it, they would most likely make it go through both.
I mean, probably. Because if you want to continue the storyline of Cassie being trapped under, you would have to put it after the Pizzaplex is destroyed, but you could have it be like a fun little Easter egg thing of like, well, not really an Easter egg, but like a separate game mode that's non-canon of them doing that during security breach itself.
Uh-huh.
Like, it would have to be an absolutely non-canon thing.
Yeah.
Non-canon things with Five Nights at Freddy's?
FNAF World.
The one exception.
There's a location
Yeah,
custom night.
¿Cuántos paquetitos de
What's that?
cereal?
Yeah, the sister location custom nights aren't canon either.
Yo creo que es porque la saco demasiado
But
temprano.
hang
o
on
algo
a
así.
sec.
Sister
Hang on a
locations
s-
custom nights themselves aren't canon. The cutscenes afterwards are questionable, with the exception of the final one, which is 100% guaranteed after FNAF 3.
But hang on a sec. I think there might have been like one scene in FNAF World where it was canon. It was like one of the guys killing themselves.
See, now that's always been questionable because a lot of people assume that it's canon to the books and not the games. Because it's Henry killing himself killing himself, quote unquote. The baby kills him. Basically, but that's always been, I think, a question canonicity.
Nah, future with terror. You got what you wanted, but
It's never been confirmed that, oh yeah, baby killing Henry in the game universe is canon because, again, he's still alive by FNAF 6.
Yeah, because he helps out Michael.
Yeah, and he
anything.
burned down the pizzeria simulator. So it's a case of, like, FNAF World just isn't canon at this point.
Yeah.
I think that was.
Well,
I mean, to be fair,
other than that,
I like- Oh my god.
alright, you go first.
No, it's fine. I'm doing another thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me think. I'm thinking something. It was with Ruin.
So, like, two things that I know for a fact aren't canon. There's FNAF World and the sister location custom nights. Those are two things that are outright not canon.
I like to think that Five Nights at Freddy's World was just something that Scott did. That's just kind of yeah, like you said, it's not canon, but he just did it as a way to like vent his frustrations. Remember, one of the endings is literally you
Killing Scott, yeah.
literally beating the creator, and he says, you know, that whole spiel about how the fans are annoying because they keep demanding more and more and more.
I mean, yeah, but, like, the thing with FNAF World is there's a lot of stuff in that game that feels like it should be canon. The fact that we see what's his name? Old Man Consequences in what's it called?
Ultimate Custom Night.
Yeah, in UCN is a point in the favor of some bits of that game are canon, but not the whole game itself.
That's why you don't have to canonize the whole game. Bits and pieces of it are taken out and put into the actual canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only real canon parts of that game are the clock challenges and and Old Man Consequences.
Oh.
Another thing could be is that. Sorry, I'm burping. Sorry. Anyway, I'm thinking that like maybe Five Nights at Freddy's World was an attempt at a hell-like scape created for. Remember how Ultimate Custom Night is allegedly like Michael?
A purgatory.
A purgatory.
Yeah,
I like to
Purgatory
think
for
that
Alan.
Brad. I like to think that Five Nights at Freddy's World was two things: a way for Scott to vent his frustration, and basically a prototype / first rendition of a hellscape where Michael's soul could be tortured over and over again. Because you keep in mind, to get a good chunk of the endings and a good chunk of like items and things involve you somewhat either physically, involve you doing death-defying stuff with your like little avatar, drowning him in a lake, running through lava, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Another
Maybe-
thing is, here's the thing for me, is when you look at the map of the world, it looks like a brain. I always viewed FNAF World as kind of like a training thing, especially after the Mimic came out. I actually love MatPat's theory of FNAF World is the Mimic's training protocol, essentially. Because like look at the map of FNAF World, it looks like a brain.
Oh, I seen the theory video. I'm skeptical. Well, I'm skeptical about it.
Here's the thing, there were things in the video I disagree with too, but that is one of the few things that honestly it looks fairly correct.
Yeah, fair.
Like,
I'll give him that.
If you look at the map of FNAF World, it looks like a brain.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that one.
And
It's the fact that FNAF World is. Oh, go ahead.
Can we also keep in mind that Scott has gone on record in saying that when he was saying that, like, I guess I remember he at one point was expressing his disappointment where like people were getting really close to the answer, but just everyone was just slightly out of reach. And he mentioned Game Theorist by name.
FNAF 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was at the FNAF 2. Like that
So
was
it's like-
so long ago though.
exactly. But you know what I mean. That doesn't mean that that statement does not hold any less weight than it did back then.
Yeah.
It's possible that MatPat's
Like-
theories and all this are kind of Scott is kind of playing into it and also around it at the same time, kind of making it to where we see, like, he lets us see what he wants us to see through MatPat.
I mean, that's always a possibility. And again, like part of the reason why I loved Matt's timeline theory is that until the Mimic got revealed, Matt's timeline made the most sense out of all the timelines that currently exist. Or at least that existed at that moment.
Mhm.
Once the Mimic was revealed, it kind of like the part 4 of the video at the very least fell apart.
Mhm.
But I still firmly agree that at least parts 1, 2, and 3 are fairly accurate.
Because keep in
And I
mind,
know
this is
Spider, you still
this is-
watched them.
he's the one that's pulling all over the books, literally taking apart every little detail. Literally, remember, this is the same man that was like comparing different serial numbers of purple.
Pink guy versus purple guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
num-
much. But
Go ahead,
like
Spider.
I said, yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of numbers, apparently there's something with Bonnie Bowl, with 2, 4, and 5. Like I don't know exactly what it is, but there is something with Bonnie Bowl, specific numbers 2, 4, and 5. Something about them, and then it's like you see balloons. You know the little number balloons.
Yeah.
Like they're hanged up on the wall somewhere, and the only ones are colored are 2, 4, and 5. I don't know exactly what that is, but we about to
That's
find
something
out
okay.
eventually.
Eventually, yeah. My other thing is, I've looked it up at this point. I was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna play it again to find it. It's the Bonnie thing.
Oh yeah. It's the one mob caution bot I couldn't find in the repair office.
So did you ultimately just look it up like I did, or are you gonna try again later to find it?
What do I look it up or try to find it myself to get the little
Okay, but
experience?
Can you please confirm or deny that Bonnie was saying something along the lines of what I was telling you guys yesterday?
I can't confirm or deny that because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
Mm.
like what he said was
It's
Bonnie
very confusing.
was-
The video I found was literally just them basically clipping through walls and shit.
Oh,
So they didn't find it legitimately. They just, they just found Bonnie with 4 more around it.
former what those mop box?
The little coffin bot things, whatever. Yeah,
There's something specific about that. I don't know what.
Yeah, there's, like,
but there's
4 of
something
them.
about
Like, I was like, when you find Bonnie's body, and I'll just explain what it looks like at the very least. When you find Bonnie's body, there's 4 of those bots like surrounding it, like as if like it's a barrier thing.
yeah.
And then when you turn them off, Bonnie's eyes go from glowing to inactive.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
It's
But yeah,
just
so like, I can't confirm or deny if when you legitimately find Bonnie, you hear something, because again, the version of it I found where they went to Bonnie's body and shit, they were doing that whole thing where like they go out of bounds of the map and head over there.
Yeah, like there is something about those caution bots because when you get close to them with the mask on, you hear children's cries and screams.
Which, I mean, my assumption is that Vanessa killed kids.
Yeah, something definitely happened at the Pizzaplex for that stuff.
I mean, my
But-
assumption is that a kid fucking died.
To be fair, in one of the bad endings in Security Breach, it's Gregory wrapping himself in a newspaper with a whole roster of missing children. It's
Yeah,
not
No. That's just missing. No. Hold on. If you actually read that newspaper, it says missing residents. It doesn't say missing children. These are residents. These are adults.
Ooh.
And this is good. This goes back to John from FNAF. This goes back to John, by the way, in which one of John's connections is that Vanessa killed all the night staff. So
it's like you see staff bots mostly there, and Vanessa's the only security guard. You can look at a gameplay mechanic. It's just that Vanessa's just the extra security guard, while the night staff are just the bots that will spawn in the animatronics when you get too close to them. However, when you look at it in story wise, it's like the staff started to slowly disappear over time, making more security staff bots.
So
Until
here's the thing, and I'm gonna probably have to show you John's theory later. It's one of the ones he made like last year. Basically, what he theorizes is that there was a company meeting, because that's something you see in the emails in Security Breach.
Yeah.
There was a company meeting one night, right before the doors would shut and everyone would be locked inside. And during that meeting, Vanessa had the Bonnie animatronic go in and just kill all the night staff.
Bonnie animatronic?
Which would tie into one of the Pizzaplex stories from the books, where Bonnie literally kills employees.
Damn.
I don't think it would just be him though. I think it would be.
I mean, I'm assuming it was Bonnie and a couple of endos. I'm like, that's the natural assumption.
Like, did it specifically say
Because in
Bonnie?
the email,
Yes.
well, in the book, yes, in the book it specifically called out Bonnie as killing employees. But also one of the emails you get is one of the employees saying, "I'm gonna I think the key's under Rockstar or something, one of the under the raceway. You know, where you get that key and all the endos suddenly turn on." In Security Breach, you know that moment.
Yeah.
Why would the key still be there if that employee was planning to go there and grab the key and then leave that night? Why would the key still be there by the time Gregory is there, unless he didn't go and actually get it? He's dead by that point.
Yeah. Oh, quick side thing. Motherfuckers really blame Monty for hating on Monty for destroying Bonnie when you really hear about what happened with Bonnie, how he killed those security guards, it's like, oh.
Dude, you should also hate Bonnie.
You should also hate Bonnie then.
Yeah, the thing is, we've known Bonnie since FNAF 1, and he's one of the only characters who's never vanished for a game.
Yeah, until now. Well,
yeah,
briefly now.
Bonnie is the only animatronic to have been around in basically every game in some way, shape, or form.
And then he's
in FNAF 1.
Shit.
Yeah, he's in FNAF 1.
He's done a number of things, like with his incarnations. Especially with the cat thing.
Yeah. Because Bonnie's in FNAF 1, he's in FNAF 2 twice, then he's the main antagonist of FNAF 3 with Spring Cat. He's in FNAF 4. He's
a Nightmare and a Jacko.
Yeah, and then he's Bonbon in FNAF 5. Bonbon.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, and then there's
Rockstar
Bonnie in FNAF 6. He's in Ultimate Custom Night multiple times. Yeah. Obviously he's in Help Wanted.
Help Wanted with almost all his variations.
Security Breach is the first time where we don't see a Bonnie animatronic outright.
We don't see him outright until Ruin. Which he's just...
he has a presence in the Pizzaplex, technically still, by the time Gregory's there. But the animatronic has been decommissioned. It's the first time Bonnie's been out of the game, technically.
Yeah. You know what I think the story with Monty replacing Bonnie is? Like, the ride shows you, but that could be just what they want to tell you what that story is. What I think is the story is like...
It's obvious for that, it's just like a little, marketing thing.
Yeah, marketing thing.
It's kind of like how real companies do in real life with characters.
What basically I think could have happened is that they built Monty and he could have been just a new member of the group, but
I thought Foxy was back in FNAF 1.
Yeah, but he wasn't really getting that much attention, so they were thinking, hey, maybe we should replace Bonnie with him, but we can't just sell him out just yet. Then...
Well, it's also a case of Bonnie. I mean, a lot of people assume, given what Zen was saying about the message that Bonnie was saying earlier, that Bonnie was a little more self-aware than all the others were.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Because if you think about what you hear in that message that Zen was saying earlier, Bonnie's giving a message out that Vanessa's not a good thing. He's outright saying something needs to be done about Vanessa.
Yeah.
In which case, it could be that Vanessa lured him into Gator Golf and had Monty destroy Bonnie. Because if you remember Gator Golf, one of the things Monty wants is to ultimately become the leader of the band and replace Freddy.
Yeah.
So it could be a thing of Monty's more than willing to destroy Bonnie if given the chance. It gets him closer to destroying Freddy.
But I don't think he would. But the claw marks are on Bonnie when you see the secret room and stuff. But it's like either two things. One, Monty willingly did it. Two, Vanessa, or Vanny just took control of him for a moment and then bam. It's one of those two things.
Yeah. So it's like you can understand why people would give Monty shit then, because this is the first time Bonnie's on the game and Monty replaced Bonnie.
Yeah, and then
because at this point Chica's disappeared from the games already once, if not twice before.
I think once. Once?
Security breach. Not security breach. Help.
Location.
What's it called? Yes, this location. Foxy's disappeared from the games once before in Pizzeria Simulator.
No, he was already. No, wait, which one? Has he?
Oh, I know. Yeah, he is. He's still in the game. Foxy's. I think this is also the first time Foxy's been gone.
Yeah.
Though to be fair,
I bet
the reason we don't give. Yeah, the reason we don't give Roxanne shit though is because Roxanne's female, and because of the furries who want to bang Roxanne. No one wants to bang an alligator. Again, Chica's back in this game. This is Chica's, I think, return. She's been out of the games basically since 4. 4 was her last full-time appearance as a main antagonist of a game.
Yeah.
And then she's been gone basically as a main antagonist since then.
Yeah. Then
so people are happy to see Chica back.
Then she gets back in Pizzeria Simulator, not as an antagonist, but she gets a rock star and a fun time look.
Yeah. Well, she gets the fun time look in Custom Night.
Yeah. Also, what do you mean nobody wants to bang alligator? Have you seen motherfuckers with Godzilla?
Shut the fuck up. We don't acknowledge them.
What?
We don't acknowledge them. Anyways. And then there's Freddy who's always in every game. And then there's Freddy who's in every game.
Yeah.
Name me a game that Freddy doesn't appear and I'll tell you you're wrong.
Hold on, listen. I found on YouTube the voice line that Bonnie was saying. And
do you want to send it to me or do you want to stream it yourself?
I'm just gonna repeat what he says. First thing he says is literally a warning, child in danger, safety mode activated.
That's Bonnie?
Yeah, this is Bonnie.
Actually, send it over so I can see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say send it to me and I can stream it.
It appears that he does have some form of sentience because he does say, "Little girl, you can't be in here either," as well. So I'm gonna send it to Ian and he can stream it. There you go.
Yeah, I can stream it. Pausing it. So I can do this shit. Sharing screen.
I'm going. I'm gonna switch.
Isn't that just Sun?
Yeah, because warning.
That's just Sun's voice.
Yeah, that's Sun.
Really? The file
yeah, that's just Sun's voice.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see this.
That's just Sun's voice.
Let me see if I can find the actual clip where you're at his body.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's just Sun's voice.
Let my body. All right, play it again.
That's what people were saying. That's what people were saying too. But the files specify that under Bonnie.
Warning! Child in danger! Safety mode active. Little girl, you can't be in here. It's dangerous.
That's at the center.
Clean
That's
up before we
Eclipse
can
from.
open in the morning. Oh, this place will be flooded with kids.
Yeah, that's just Eclipse voice from when you beat the.
birthday!
Yeah, that's Eclipse.
That's Eclipse when you beat the daycare center.
Yeah, that's Eclipse.
Give me a moment.
Wait, where'd you think it said the voice line was under Bonnie for a moment?
Hold on.
Because
That's not Bonnie.
Oh, Super Horror Bro already made a video on this.
anyways, gotta think back. There's still more stuff on my mind with Ruin.
Fusion Z. Hi, Mikey Moo.
But yeah, that's still crazy that how nobody is talking about the fact that they made Bonnie and Pizzaplex kill the people, security guards. But I'm pretty sure that's something kind of big to talk about.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Right,
the only person I
right,
know
I'm gonna
who's
leave-
covered it is Matt Pat.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
gonna
no,
leave the
John.
call-
Sorry.
I'm gonna leave the call real quick just so I can listen to this because you guys are too loud.
Yeah.
Fusion Z. Let's see what Fusion Z has.
I'm not watching the stream, so
Yeah, no, you don't have to watch. I can just check this out while we keep talking.
yeah, let me think.
But yeah, no, like Bonnie was not an angel.
Yeah, he was not a sweet boy. That was Freddy's best friend. Well, he was Freddy's best friend. Just that, I guess you could say he was under Vanessa's control. Was he?
Bro was hungry. Don't worry about him.
Oh no. Yeah, you could say he was just under Vanessa's control, which is fair. But like, if you could excuse Bonnie being under Vanessa's control for killing the security guards, you could excuse Monty too.
Yeah.
Like at best with Monty, he's just some old school jerk. That's all he is.
Nah, the real answer is that Bonnie just got the munchies.
Oh my gosh. He went from eating cats to eating real people.
Bro leveled up.
You
I mean, it's possible. Chica eats.
Chica eats trash.
You don't think it's?
No, it's definitely possible. You just gotta. How do I put this?
They don't even taste food from.
I don't know. What, somehow just giving them a taste bud factor?
If they did, the Chica wouldn't be eating trash.
I don't know. I think if they did give it a taste bud factor, then I think whatever is going on with Chica just eating trash, but yeah, like whatever happened with Chica to make her glitch out and just start eating trash out of nowhere, that definitely malfunctioned the taste bud factor and may just make her ignore it.
So no audio from Bonnie from the video I just checked out. Anyways,
So no audio?
nothing I found.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming there's probably a Bonnie audio somewhere in the files.
Probably, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not I'm not someone who digs through files, anyways.
The only stuff.
But yeah, no. But like, the idea of
Yeah, did you guys see the original design for Mix?
For Mexus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was supposed
I
to be
haven't. Send it to
some
me.
weird skeleton bunny thing. Ugh.
Imagine seeing that.
Yeah, I would probably quit the
His
game.
name was literally just Black Rabbit.
Yeah, his name was Black Rabbit. He was probably supposed to be that, but that did not fit how FNAF looked at all.
yeah, magic,
Like,
black rabbit.
Like the Black Rabbit
sorry.
design is basically like some over the edge FNAF look. The one we got with Mexes in the current Ruined the final design. That's much better. Plus, he's supposed to be some digital code thing, not a fucking skeleton.
It reminds me of the draw kills.
Oh my god. Should probably show some stuff while on stream. Like,
Right? Instead of just our faces.
yeah, I mean, well, with the stream, it just shows my ruin image I made. Cause, well, look what we're talking about.
No, that's fair. And you could just put it on like no commentary gameplay.
I mean, with this discussion, so. Alright, I know what to do. I can get the Black Rabbit image and just show it up here. Okay. Good.
Frost, I answered your question.
Oh, okay, I did not. I gotta be more specific.
I wasn't here when you did that.
Oh no, I just answered your question. No, not the one in DMs, the one in the room.
Who the fuck decided to make a WebP file?
Stay in the server, scroll up a little bit.
Oh, this one.
Why a WebP file? Who decided to make that? That's so dumb. Please. And I'm in.
You in?
I gotta add in both so you can see the.
I'm surprised you saved that picture.
Fair enough. I figured I'd send it to someone else and just be like, bye to that picture afterwards.
You mean like the other ones you've sent me?
Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ, we're getting off topic again.
Yeah. I got the images. Well, they're on my stream,
Yeah.
so you have to look there. Sorry.
Oh, yay. I had to go to your stream and mute your audio on the stream.
Yeah.
Just so I can hear you.
Yeah. Like you can just stream instead. Like this. Here's the thing. That's Mexis. That's what he was supposed to be, Black Rabbit, which is just not it at all.
No, absolutely not.
It's a fine horror. It's a fine horror design. It just doesn't fit FNAF.
Maybe like a Donnie Darko thing.
Maybe. Anyways. Uh-oh.
Or maybe another Alice in Wonderland horror game.
Yeah, that's...
Yay, more Alice in Wonderland references.
Uh-oh. Anyways, before we go off topic again, Mexis, the security program. Yeah, Vanny designed that. Probably after her whole Vanny stuff, cause like it's a rabbit, and then how his face looked like is Giga Chat face. It's definitely based off her little mask in a way, where instead of just like being under control glitch trap, it's just like a security program that makes sure Mimic doesn't escape. However, she left out the horror part. She left in the horror part of it. So thanks for
to scare people
stuff.
off. I think the whole aspect is more just to scare people off if they are actually willing to do stuff.
Yeah, possibly. And like, alright, realistically, like, with designing Mexis, the good thing about it that it doesn't speak at all. It doesn't. That makes a good choice because it'll probably just tell you, "Hey, stop what you're doing. You're gonna release the mimic."
Oh, hey kid, can you let me do my fucking job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, making it not speak adds onto the horror aspect and just shows you what, and then later reveals what it actually was.
Yeah.
So I like how it's animated, where it's like 12 frames per second, because it's like a digital thing. Like, you see the little nose stuff. Like, they definitely set the nose stuff later, like using the Vanny mask.
Yeah.
It's definitely odd with the fact that you're, like, imagine real life, you're doing this, but then you just see some glitchy stuff, and in thin air is like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
think there's like a phobia for things that aren't like,
Not real.
I get in some sort of way.
It's like
Yeah.
it's real, but you notice something's wrong with it. Like it's not supposed to be there.
Also with the things of like how they're walking in digital like bridges. Imagine seeing that in the other perspective. You just see a kid floating.
Oh jeez.
But one thing with the Vanny mask, another thing with it, is that when you're being chased by Freddy's body, and then you put it on after turning off the in I forgot what it's called. Damn. The thing that makes you not put it on or off.
Yeah, you encounter those like no change
It's
zones.
literally just a disruptor.
Yeah, a disruptor. Like when you put it on, like Freddy, the body doesn't see you, and it's not only does it not see you, you don't see it either. So it's like maybe in Security Breach when Vanessa was Vanny, she had something for I don't know. I don't know if it's specifically Freddy. Probably specifically Freddy. Or the animatronics in whole, because the endos don't even see you either. I think? I don't know. I gotta
I mean,
out.
my assumption is that the mask has on it, because like if I think you noticed this during the game itself, whenever you wear the mask, there was like a weird ringing in your noise in like the ear, wasn't it?
I think so.
So you're gonna hate me for mentioning this, but what if the mask itself came equipped with those fucking discs from the books,
Disc?
the like things that make you see shit from the books?
Oh, like it just like some sort of camouflage thing. Like that's what made the twisted animatronics look like they were actually real, but they're not.
Yeah, because it's a thing that like it affects your brain like through sound and shit. So what if when you put on the mask, it makes like when someone wears the mask, it emits the sound, and that's why the animatronics don't notice you when you're wearing the mask.
Yeah, like you put on the mask and then it's like Gregory sees you. Well, Gregory sees Vanny, but Freddy doesn't.
But even then, Gregory's vision gets distorted anytime Vanny's near. Which is why I thought he was a
Don't you dare.
fucking.
I'm gonna continue going back to that scene in Batman the Animated
Yeah.
Series every time you mention that fucking robot theory.
Every time I mention that Gregory could be a fucking robot. Because and it goes back to the thing of those fucking illusion discs. They specifically. They make people invisible, or at least distort camera footage.
Yeah.
They make things invisible to cameras and stuff like that. One of the biggest points of evidence to Gregory being a robot has always been what happens to his vision when Vanny gets near. Because he's using the illusion disc. As much as it pisses people off, it is arguably the biggest piece of evidence in support of it.
Yeah, damn, I had something but I forgot already.
Of a battle?
Yeah, I lost it.
You lost your rebuttal.
Whatever.
Anyways. But yeah, like, what if the mask itself has that on it? Which would explain why the animatronics, just vanish to you.
Yeah, like
And why you seemingly just vanish the animatronics when you put it on.
yeah, like with the endos, you can see them, but it's more some weird outline thing, but they can't see you.
Yeah.
As for Freddy, he's just gone.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm doing some side stuff real quick.
There we go.
Like, there's still a lot of things that like
Yeah.
bamboozle all of us.
Yeah, like what could make this 100 times better is that maybe if like they went the original plan of how producing Security Breach, like you get
Without cheese.
like you get like with how how they would have went with Security Breach, like explain everything in that, like including mimic and stuff, without making it assume it's Afton somehow back, and then have the stories later explain it. Where like what I mean is like have Security Breach as they originally planned it, where Pizza Plex just tells the backstory.
Here's the thing. The problem here is the way Security Breach, from what I've been able to tell, was originally planned. The Mimic is a pivot. The Mimic itself, as a concept, is the pivot from the original plan. The Mimic doesn't seem like it was planned from the start. It really doesn't. Like, the Mimic itself feels like it was something that came after the fact that we've pieced together to form the backstory of it. Because here's the thing, and this goes back to the game files and all that. Why the hell would the doors to the note room be labeled Cassie? Not Cassie. Charlotte doors. Huh?
Charlotte, the what toys?
The post-it note room. The doors to that room have always been named. I think it was like always named like Charlotte doors or something like that, or Charlie doors.
Oh shit! I should probably.
That's an actual thing. That's a thing from the files. And also, the princess from Princess Quest was originally named Cassidy.
It was named
in the
Cassidy,
original files,
but then didn't they change it?
Yeah, they changed it later. But again, it feels more like everything involving the Mimic was a pivot from the original plan after Security Breach didn't go the way they wanted it to.
But they had an original plan, but then when Mappa was way too close, like on
multiple times.
Yeah, like he was really, really close when he put together that glitch trap was an AI from Afton when they were scrapping some stuff from the wreckage. Like when he was close on that, they kind of panicked. Did his own. You got someone on the inside, and then had to do everything over.
Yeah, I think it's a case of Matt got accurate a couple of times, multiple times, in fact, which is why the game got delayed so often.
Yeah,
they panicked with how close Matt was. You can even see with a lot of Matt's predictions of Ruin, he's vague about a lot of his predictions for Ruin. Because you can tell he's learned from that. It's like, if I predict it too accurately, they're going to delay it again and change the entire game. It's going to ruin it again.
So he just made stuff on the spot.
Yeah, the only time he's made a theory about Ruin where he's making like pinpoint predictions on like, this is what I think's going to happen beat for beat, was the day the game came out.
Oh yeah, like he did that AI takeover just before it came out.
Where he predicted that Gregory was going to betray Cassie and all of that. He made that theory and had that released the day the game came out. And he was right on the head. Kinda right. Mostly.
Like, it is that it looks like Gregory did betray Cassie. Damn.
No, because he predicted that the Gregory under the Pizzaplex was an AI and wasn't going to be the real Gregory.
Yeah, he got that.
He hit that on the fucking head. And I mean, to be fair, a lot of us predicted that.
Yeah, a lot of us predicted that, even when it was teased at first.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I guess that's understandable why his theories are, like, kind of all over the place. Instead of
because he's trying not to cause more delays, which will cause the games to be worse. And that's more or less what happened with Security Breach.
Yeah, so
he accurate with his predictions that they delayed the game, changed the plot several times, and that game was left in tattered ruins. Ding.
Yeah, I hate you.
Would you two mind looking in the living room real quick, not to de-escalate this conversation?
Everything.
I don't know. There's no need to escalate, but still. Well, he could be.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. That is how I am. Hello. Thank you, Frost, by the way.
The Ash
Basement.
for the Ashley?
Yeah.
Cool. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, but like,
Look, yes, sure, I do. I so desperately want Gregory to be a robot just so I can say I fucking called it.
he wants it to be so bad, even though it's kind of been proven wrong at some points.
It hasn't. No. It has not been proven wrong. There is no evidence that outright says Gregory is not a robot. There is nowhere that outright denies that theory.
Gregory, are you a robot? What? No.
There is nowhere canon that has been said.
Like, unless either the next DLC or Pizza Plex Stories straight up says, "Oh yeah, Gregory's a robot." We don't know yet.
Because here's the thing: a lot of people will say, "Oh, GGY proves he's not a robot." GGY doesn't say shit on if he's a robot or not.
No, it says that he killed his fucking therapist under control.
Yeah, which we assume
Gregory killed
a
his
robot
therapist?
person who is patient 46 did it.
Yeah.
Gregory killed his therapist?
Under
Because
Glitch's control.
Because patient 46 kills all the therapists who were getting very close to Vanessa.
Yeah.
Which the story in the Pizzaplex story is GGY confirms that Gregory is the one who did that. Meaning that Gregory kind of has to be patient 46 now.
Yeah.
And if patient 46 is a fucking robot kid, that means what?
No.
Frankie's a robot kid.
No, didn't it specifically he was under Glitch's control?
I can tell that one person wants him to desperately be a robot while the other one desperately
Does
doesn't.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're two opposite camps in this one specific debate.
Personally, I don't.
What Gregory
Personally,
is.
personally, I don't give a shit.
I know you don't.
I get to watch chaos unroll either way.
Unvote, yeah.
Enough Greg bot.
Enough of Greg Bot for now.
Enough Greg bot for now. Let's do this another topic. I forgot what I was about to say for Ruin. I gotta think back.
So the gameplay.
Oh yeah, the fact that ending that you gave us wasn't real.
Ass.
And that Tony knew it wasn't.
Yeah. Even went into acting to act like he didn't eat. Oh my god.
We're all ready to jump down Tony's throat on this.
Not
What?
my fault. You were a fucking imbecile.
Mother.
You should have seen the clipping the guy did in the video. There was no boost. He just clicked V.
You just let me.
So fucking mad about that too.
You let
Because here's
me.
the thing, I
do
actually
that.
was I would have really enjoyed that if that was an ending though.
It would have been funny.
Yeah, that would.
That was
That
but that was a
actually feels like
legit-
an actual thing would happen in FNAF. You just leave.
like the fact that that's not an ending upsets me because that's a great ending of like, nah, this.
Like that would work as another secret ending where it's just like you just leave. It's just like an achievement where not many players get because they didn't realize it at first.
Yeah, 'cause, like, and again, it goes back to Gregory's thing of the first thing he tries to do that night in his only night in the Pizzaplex is leave.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, it'd be a great Easter egg to put in the game as like a thing of like, here's your own ending. Escaping without looking for Gregory. And then like you get just like a picture of Cassie, Gregory, and Vanessa
With
just
Freddy
on a hill.
hill.
Yeah,
Just the
because
four of them.
Gregory never left. He's just right there.
Yeah, like it's just the four of them on a hill together eating ice cream, and then it cuts to a shot of like the fucking mimic holding like Cassie. Like that would be a great like just a fun little like Easter egg ending.
Yeah, but anyway.
Like something you only do after you've beaten the game the first time.
Yeah. Like, hold on, I gotta think back.
Like you've already met the mimic and everything. Like, you can only achieve this ending after you've beaten the main ending. I think that would be pretty interesting and funny.
Yeah. Let me think. I gotta think on this. What was I about to say? Kenny Cadet! Yeah, him! Like,
Candy.
I couldn't find
Candy.
all the music boxes that had the fast tokens. But the story he was giving out, that was 100% foreshadowing of what was ruined. The whole mother and son in the forest, and there's a monster in the basement. The mother sings the son a lullaby while keeping the monster locked. The monster learns the lullaby, but like, I'm not gonna say the word, copies it, and then the son is listening and think it's his mom, but it's not. That's literally just to sums up what's happening with Ruin. Cassie, there's a monster locked in the basement. The mimic locked down on the ground, sealed up. And then Cassie thinks it's Gregory, where it's the monster that mimics the lullaby and is singing it.
Which is Gregory.
Which is Gregory's the lullaby. Cassie thinks it's Gregory, but it's not, and where she's just keep going down lower and lower into the pizzaplex, thinking it's Gregory, finds out it's actually Mimic.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like Ruin itself doesn't give a lot of answers, really.
Like, it gives some answers, but not exactly a lot.
It doesn't give a lot of the ones we've been looking for this past year.
Like, I don't know what's best specifically, so you gotta have to tell me.
Like, okay, because like the questions that I've mostly been worrying about is which ending is canon. It does not confirm which specific endings are canon.
But we don't even know if
Like,
Ruin is actually a canon.
we know for a fact at least Princess Quest is canon. We know one of them at the very least is canon, but then it raises another question of which of the other endings is canon as well to bring down the Pizzaplex.
Yeah.
One of the others also has to be canon in order for the Pizzaplex to collapse like that.
Yeah, especially with the fact that Gregory made those drawings, which are oddly specific to
each of the other endings.
Yeah. But you can understand
There's
Burntrap
that.
in a way. Because, like, he had to at least meet Burntrap and Saw Block, at least. But everything else is like,
yeah.
How do you know about that?
Yeah. Let's see. So, like, that's one of the questions. The other question is still, and I'm not gonna say it outright, is the question that I keep teasing and joking about that you guys hate.
Yeah.
That never gets answered.
Well, that's kind of fair since, like, Kathy's the main character in here. You don't really see Gregory often, so
You don't.
that's fair.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. It sounded like a fucking bird. It sounded like a bird laughing.
Hold on.
It did sound like that evil bird.
Yeah. But then you have, because here's the thing, I think, and this might be a case of just me being me, the mimic pretending to be Gregory is making fun of the Gregory as a robot thing, in which case Andre's so upset about that.
So upset, but you'll have to deal with it.
Yeah. Also, Frost, I got nothing. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, like the mimic, you know, mimicking Gregory. I think, like, and this will make me sad because I still love the Gregory robot theory. But like the mimic pretending to be Gregory would be a fun way to be like, no, Gregory's not a fucking robot. Like it'd be a fun way to make us know that that he's not. Bendy is not obscure. Bendy is not obscure.
It's not?
Spider. Bendy and the Ink Machine? That is not obscure at fucking all.
Wait, hold on. Let me look.
Read the question again.
Okay, yeah. Let me delete that. I had a
I don't-
different meaning of what obscure is because I thought it was like, what? All right,
Obscure means a lot of people don't know it.
yeah, but like, what does obscure mean without knowing the actual definition to you?
Obscure means
Like, what do you
I
think
don't
it would
think
mean?
I would assume you made the assumption of obtuse, which means wide.
I just meant like it's some weird indie horror game. Like it's fucking weird as shit.
No,
That's
obscure.
obscene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Obscure meaning not a lot of people have heard of it.
what else?
Trying to think now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Honestly, Ruin itself feels like it's making fun of a lot of the theories that we've had for a while now.
Like it's so satisfying to have it all, make things better for a security breach. And
But there's also a case of there are things that this game raises that doesn't answer things from security breach.
yeah.
And the biggest one, again, still is the ending thing. Okay, Princess Quest, what else?
Yeah, like
Which we can go in circles for fucking days on.
yeah, because like we'll go with that. Princess Quest is what leads up to Ruin.
Burn
As
Trap
for the other Princess Quest and Burn Trap.
lead to Ruin is my prediction.
Yeah.
Though it's very possible it's Princess Quest and Fire Ending that lead to Burn Trap.
Honestly, thinking about Princess Quest and how this connects to Ruin, it reminded me of a comic where it basically fleshes out Princess Quest on what happens and they meet Burn Trap. But
Yeah, we were talking about.
but I never got to see
We were
the
talking
continuation
earlier.
of it.
That's a shame. Because Princess Quest has to happen at this point in order for us to get Vanessa helping Gregory in Ruin.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that guaranteed has to happen in the timeline in order for us to get from Security Breach to Ruin is Princess Quest. Bye, Chuck.
Give it a minute.
I know. This is Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, the one ending that absolutely 100% has to fucking happen is Princess Quest.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a case of you have your choice of like which of the 3 2-star endings you want for the second ending. My thought is that it's Burn Trap. That's the one I think it is. Because it's the only one where the Pizzaplex fully like collapses in on itself. It could be Fire Ending, because again, stuff burns down in that one. I don't think it can be the one where you drive out of the Pizzaplex, though.
No, because they still reopened up anyway.
Yeah. But Princess Quest has to happen, and then it has to be one of the two where the Pizzaplex gets destroyed.
Yeah. I don't think the fire ending could work because it's like that's that's like a whole burning building that's completely gone.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't mean the building's completely gone. It just means that there's a lot of destruction and a lot of stuff does get burned.
Yeah, like in Ruin, it's an earthquake, but for a fire, I think there'd be like a lot much worse. Yeah, definitely a lot much worse. So where you can
I think it's
access it.
definitely. I think the most likely ending is probably Princess Quest followed by
Burn
Afton.
Trap.
Yeah, and then the second most likely is Fire Ending.
Yeah, I don't think we ever even seen the atrium in here. Like,
In this one, no.
yeah, we go up, we see Gator Golf, the Pizza's place, Roxy's place, and then Bonnie Bowl, and Fast Food Blast, but never the atrium. I think we have.
Which is weird because the place where we would find Burn Trap would have been under Roxy
Roxy's
Wasteway, not the atrium.
Yeah.
Like, that is the weird part of it all.
Like, don't you go up the elevator to the atrium, or does it go down?
It's a different elevator you would go to from the atrium around everywhere else.
So there's different elevators. in the atrium.
Because the elevator to get from Roxy's Raceway to the burn trap ending is disconnected from all the other elevators.
Like if we, I feel like if they continue this, the atrium might be another revealed place.
Either that or the atrium is the place. That or the atrium itself is just gone entirely.
Yeah, it's probably just gone.
Because like Rockstar Row is that opening section that you would go through in Security Breach, and that's more or less where you begin this game too.
Yeah.
And you can see that most of Rockstar Row is just collapsed.
Yeah, there's even an opening in the ceiling where you see it's night.
Yeah. Wait, where you see it's night?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you see it's night?
What are you getting at?
Tony, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Trying to gaslight me into saying it's day? How fucking dare you?
It is day.
It's night now, bitch.
It turned night later on.
Yeah, it was day when we got into the place, and then like literally while playing the game when it first came out, I look up and I see, oh shit, it's night. I see it pink. Would I get one? Oh.
Which means I wasn't wrong.
Which means I wasn't wrong either.
Yeah, but fuck you.
You too. Fucking throw you off a boat one of these days.
Oh,
What?
I'm
God.
gonna throw you off a boat one of these days.
Do it, bitch. I want to drown.
Okay.
No, I'll make sure you're wearing a life vest that you can't take
God,
off.
motherfucking damn.
You'll just be sitting in the water for a couple hours until
I can't
someone
even
eventually finds you.
swim, so I'm just floating.
There until someone finds you.
By the power of Poseidon, please.
What? Flood California? Again? I had to specify again because of the fact that you got flooded at the start of the year.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, the rain in what was it, like February, like March, April, May.
Oh yeah, that.
Like
Remember
all that rain were like California. Oh, go ahead.
Remember that tornado that passed and Tony didn't even notice it?
In LA.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see no tornado. I was just in my house.
You slipped right through it.
Yeah. Like you even said that.
I even made a joke that it took apart half your house and you didn't notice, and you didn't even notice even after waking up.
Right.
Man, it's awfully drafty in here.
Oh, good, another tornado.
Wait, where'd the floor go?
Right.
Must have been a new interior design.
Quick thing.
While I was asleep.
Like, speaking of Mimic, like what people has been doing, well, mostly to prove Mimic is wrong, is that they've been showing Burn Trap and Mimic, putting them together to show that he can fit in the Burn Trap suit? Burn Trap suit.
Yeah.
That. Then recently, someone did the same thing with Glitch Trap, and it actually fits too.
Hey. Fair enough.
I can't find the image, but it like the fact that it actually proves even more that he can fit inside the Glitch Trap suit. It does. Wow.
I need to like our new antagonist.
Yeah, it's better than Afton coming back for no reason again.
Thank God he's fucking dead.
He's probably
Right.
he's probably just in his purgatory looking up and like, damn, guess my legacy can live on.
Damn, these bots be moving.
The one genius thing though. What if Cassie just becomes the, how do I phrase it? Golden Freddy? The Golden Freddy for security breach. Well, maybe just the Afton.
Eh.
I mean, it sounds like a stretch, but it almost kind of works in a way. Almost.
Do you mean the
Keyword,
Cassidy?
almost.
I would say, yeah, Cassidy, not Cassie.
Yeah, Cassidy kind of works. I can have my own little theories. That sounds.
Well,
but
no,
that's
you
not-
can't. Anyway,
Fuck you mean I can't?
you know
mean-
why?
Like, the thing is this. Robot Gregory is my headcanon until proven otherwise, so I'll let this be your headcanon until proven otherwise.
The next game we see him bleed.
Here's the problem with that. We've seen Charlotte bleed in the books, and she is confirmed to be a robot, so
Hey, funny, why
What else do you want? Him to be
that don't help. That don't help you.
What do you want? You want to see him bleed to the point where you can see a fucking skeleton?
Right?
Bro wants Gregory's bones to pop out. And then he wants a
Of course, that's what-
microscopic image of his cells.
No, that's the human cells on them. No,
I have to make sure they ain't no robotic cells.
right? The thing there, again, though, in the books, and we have to call out the books because they're important.
Well, kinda.
Robot kids is a thing in the books, no matter which of the books you're looking at. Hell, the first book of the Pizzaplex storyline, of the Pizzaplex novels, has a fucking robot kid.
Oh, that
Like,
look
it's the
that
cover of
little
the
creepy
first
fucking
Fucking
thing.
book. It's the cover of the first of the Pizzaplex books. It's a fucking robot kid.
But even I need to get caught up on these.
Alright, I'm gonna go. Can you let me know when Spider stream is over?
Sure.
I just want to be able to talk about something else for a bit. See
You're
you
fine. You're
later.
fine, Fast. Cheers, Fast.
I need to.
How long has this been going, by the way?
2 hours.
2 hours. What, want to go another half hour or do you want to go another full?
I usually do 3, so let's try that.
Let's try to push for another hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I need to get caught up on the Pizzaplex stories because like the only time I actually get into them was when Mimic was happening around. I need to get up with everything else.
Here's the thing. Because here's the thing. The main way I know about these books and know some of the plots of some of these books is through Matt and John.
Yeah, like there's
Because I cannot afford to buy all these fucking books.
yeah, like the other way I know is that I'm in another server where they just put the FNAF spoiler Pizzaplex spoilers where you can just see what happens.
Yeah.
So it's not
Because
all of them.
because I don't know all the stories in all the books. I really don't. The ones I do know, though, have come from my watching of Matt and John. And ID.
ID.
ID's Fantasy?
I never heard that person.
Fair enough. She's actually a lot smaller account than both John and Matt.
Yeah.
She is another theorist on the scene now, which I do enjoy some of her content, especially her rebuttal to Matt, though.
Yeah. You think you can send her over? I want to check her video.
So the account?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a sec. Fantasy. Make sure I'm subscribed. Surely has. Okay. Give me a second. Share. Copy. Okay. DMing to you.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, Gregory meeting Cat.
It is nice.
That's kind of one thing I kind of wanted to speak about.
When would that have happened?
Yeah, because it's like they can't meet beforehand because it's like they like Gregory's like into the Pizzaplex, but it's like they never really met before. Well, hold on, let me
So,
think. Because like when
so there's three possible routes for when he could have met Cassie. The first is that Gregory was at her birthday party, which is the scene we see where Freddy glitches out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the place where they first could have met. That's one possibility. The other is they could have met sometime before Security Breach itself happens, which is the least likely. Or the third one is after Security Breach happens, they meet at some point post Security Breach. In which case, that fucks up the entire timeline of like when security breach could have happened.
Yeah, that like
Because there has to be enough time for the two of them to have met and become friends until ruin happens.
yeah, because it's like with Kathy, she had Roxy explains that it's her birthday, and then maybe her friends will show up this time, which is on the 11th of some month. Don't know when. Don't care. Just on the 11th. And you
Yeah.
can guess that last time nobody really showed up. That made her sad until Gregory showed up and they became friends.
Yeah, which I mean, that could be the case of what that opening scene was in Security Breach, though.
Yeah, the opening scene, like
Because like
Cassie and
multiple
Gregory
people
were friends.
Yeah, because it could be a case of multiple people having their own birthdays that same day as Cassie.
Oh yeah, it's a big fucking mall.
Yeah, exactly. In which case, I actually do like the idea of Gregory and Cassie meeting at the Pizzaplex right before Game 1 starts. Like, literally minutes, if not hours, before Security Breach itself happens.
Yeah, because Vanessa explained that he wasn't really in the database, was he?
He wasn't, no.
Yeah, so he stuck in. I think, like, maybe, like, the first ending when you leave to a Pizzaplex, just leave it at 6 a.m. He doesn't really have a home, does he?
No.
You could probably guess
He's
that.
literally living in a...
Yeah, you could probably guess that he occasionally does it sometimes. Like, he gets away with it, sneaking inside the Pizzaplex. And one time he just meets Cassie, and then he does this from time to time. Well, this is probably the one. Like, we'll probably go with the one time. This is the first time he did it. Snuck in, met Cassie,
and got caught.
Yeah, and got caught.
Because if we're assuming he's homeless and him sneaking in could be a case of he sneaks in when, like, there's a big crowd rushing into the Pizzaplex.
Yeah.
So he joins in with just, like, some random family. And so he goes in and he just, steals food so he can survive. And then he gets out of the Pizzaplex before it closes. It's just that this time he got caught by Freddy, which is what caused Freddy to glitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that happened, so everyone was like, "What? Something's wrong. Something's wrong." More specifically, the day staff was like, "Something's wrong. Something's wrong." Because there's probably a day staff that actively works there during the day.
Yeah, there's definitely day staff. There's just no night staff. I wonder why.
Anymore. But there's a day staff who was like, "Something's wrong," and one of the members of the day staff found out that, "Oh, there's a kid in here who's not supposed to be in here." So they go looking for Gregory. Vanessa specifically works probably day and night shift because she would want to if she's under the glitch trap virus. She'd want to be there as often as she could.
Yeah.
And so to escape from Vanessa specifically, who's the closest to being on his tail, he hides inside Freddy. That'd be a good way to get him into Freddy at the start of the game.
Yeah. And then, we go through the whole princess quest and burn trap endings where they seal him off, the blob goes crazy, and makes earthquakes and stuff.
Building collapses and all that.
And then you could say, like, during those months before Ruin, him and Cassie were hanging out from time to time where they become close friends.
Where they become even closer friends than when, Gregor was just comforting her for the fact she had no friends there on her birthday.
Yeah, and then one day out of nowhere, she gets a message saying that he's at the Pizzaplex.
Trapped in the Pizzaplex. Yeah. Which would explain why all that happened.
Yeah.
Because like the biggest plot hole through everything right now is when did Gregory and Cassie meet?
Yeah, I would consider a big plot hole is just something that could answer that a little bit when they.
I mean, I think the books would be a good way to explore how they met.
Maybe.
Or maybe a movie. Sorry.
But I guess with Ruin, with how they go forward with these Pizzaplex stories, it's okay now in a way.
Yeah. Oh,
Because-
sorry. Had to yawn.
Yeah, because beforehand it was a big mess, and it's like people hated it at first. But with Ruin,
People still hate it.
yeah, some people still hate it, but with Ruin, in this case, it's basically just adds more backstory in a way.
Yeah. I think right now what we need is more backstory for Gregory to finally confirm and shut some people up
Yeah, some people up
on
on
what
who
he
is.
on who and what he is, as well as confirmation on how Gregory and Cassie met.
Yeah, like where are we in Pizza Plex? Because I'm pretty sure there's more.
Oh, there's probably more by now.
Like, sorry.
Most recent
Not
Pizza
Pizza
Plex.
Plex. Pizza Plex. There's
Did you say
96
Pizza
right
Plex?
now. Latest installment was Tiger Rock.
Hmm.
Lally's Game, Apps, Somniphobia, Submechnophobia, the Bobby Dot's Conclusion, Nexi, Tiger Rock, B72. Oh yeah, there's 9 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, B72 is the next one, and the last one is in January of next year.
We have time between books again.
Yes, and like each piece of play stories has 3 parts.
Three of their own little. Each of them have their own novella-length stories.
Yeah, and
They're basically like shorter versions of the Goosebumps stories, which, mind you, I fucking loved the Goosebumps as a kid.
Yeah, so right now we got B72, but we don't know the other 2.
Yeah.
What's Bleeding Heart? I never read that one. Is that new?
I haven't heard that one either.
Bleeding Heart is the 3rd story of Tales of Pizza Plex 7, Tiger Rock, and chronologically the Pizza Plex 21st story. There is a whole family. There is a whole plot to it. I will read that later.
Yeah.
Unless I could just skip to the end.
I do think that we probably should read the books, or at the very least read summaries of what happens in each of the stories, just so we have a little more information to work with. Because you and I are just working off game information, which is only half, which at this point is less than half the full story.
Yeah.
I do think it will take knowledge of like the actual books and everything that happens in those that will help us fully to solve this game. And if the books ultimately prove me wrong, I will swallow my pride and admit I am wrong. But as of right now, I am not yet proven wrong.
But now it's a headcanon.
Yeah, you can call it a headcanon all you want. As far as I'm concerned, it is true. God, I'm trying to sound like a Bumblebee shipper.
Mm.
But to be fair, I'm nowhere near as toxic as one.
Yeah, fair. We'll say about Mimic. In the game, when you first encounter him, it's like he clearly is the burn trap. Just that I probably have.
He's no longer wearing burn trap skin.
Yeah, and they definitely got into a fight because like if you look at his right arm, it's like part of it is chopped off. Like his left arm is basically his claw hand, the 5-fingered nightmare claw hand. But then you see his right, it's that, but it's chopped off. It's replaced with a 4-finger hand.
Yeah, I think when if the burn trap ending happened, if burn trap ending did happen, then that means the blob attacked the mimic.
Yeah, either Gregory and Vanessa got into a scramble with Mimic, or Blob got into him, and then they got into a little scramble before they parted ways.
I mean, the only way the arm would be missing is if either Freddy sacrificed himself to destroy that arm, which would have killed someone, or the blob did that to him.
Yeah, definitely Blob. We'll go with Blob, and then the Mimic just loses the arm again in the elevator.
He loses the other one.
Yeah.
Which is honestly, I feel bad for the Mimic in that situation.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, to be fair, the Mimic just wants out. The Mimic itself just wants out.
Like, it wants out, but at the same time, it's like that thing
It's
is
a murderous
violent at the
robot.
moment.
It is a murderous robot. It will kill anything that looks humanoid.
Yeah. Well, like,
And again, it was fed bad data, so now it's killing anything it comes into contact with.
yeah, no.
This is why you feed AIs good data.
I'll take
Good
it.
something.
Like, you know how they mentioned that, like, I think this was before Pizzaplex. Like, when like, sometime after Security Breach, before the Pizzaplex stories came out, they mentioned that Burn Trap curling arm. It was an important detail. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, Mimic actually does that when he shows up. The whole curling arm thing. I don't know what it is, but for now, fans are going by that's him like acting like he's holding the tiger plush when he was with Edwin and stuff.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, again, the thing with Edwin and all that is that I think we have to say Henry. Because, and again, this goes back to my whole belief of the books aren't one-to-one what happens in the games, but more explaining what happened with Henry and Afton. I think the Mimics creator wasn't Edwin, quote unquote, but Henry.
Like for now, we'll go with that. It is kind of made by Edwin, but in a headcanon case, it's made by Henry. So that's kind of odd that Henry. No, it's not.
Not really.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. The fucking Cassie fucking robots from the books were made by Henry.
And so was the puppet.
Exactly.
And Lefty.
Lefty. And all of the mediocres.
Yeah, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the fact that some people are saying, oh, it's Edwin, Henry doesn't exist anymore. It's like, wait a minute. Henry's an inventor in the games already.
Like, so hypothetically, this could, well, hypothetically, no, not hypothetically headcanon, just a headcanon. Headcanon, this could be part of Henry's things.
Yeah. Like, that's what my assumption has been.
Yeah, then, didn't Edwin die later? When he encounters the Mimic again?
Yeah, when he tries to shut down the Mimic programming.
Yeah, like, at first he just beat its head in, like, caved its head in. But then sometime later, he sees his own creation again, tries to shut it down, but he dies.
Hold on, I'm laughing at what Foss told me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have a good mic.
Hmm.
Because Foss said for me to watch Spider stream when it's out, when it's done.
Yeah, you're sometimes muffled.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you hear about the whole... there's a certain tree, I forgot it's called. Like, it is shown around, like... Damn! I showed it...
Oh, the tree thing in the arcades?
I think so, because it's like... The way that tree was described, it's like... The way it sparks...
It's the way it looks like in the arcades in the game, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a virus spreading in a way.
Yeah, because I got that from John's theories.
Yeah, and that said tree was shown in, like, Princess Quest, when you go to one of the doors.
Yeah.
That actually was interesting in a way.
Yeah, it's intriguing.
Yeah. Other than that, Ruin? Love it. Whatever.
I enjoy watching Ruin stuff, yeah. I enjoyed watching Ruin.
Like, what Steel did with Ruin, they gotta do it with their other stuff.
Let's just hope Help Wanted is as good as Ruin.
Yeah, let's just hope Help Wanted 2 is good as Ruin. Like, we don't know what's going on with Help Wanted 2, because, like, it shows the six location segments, but it's not who we played as in the first Help Wanted. Definitely somebody else.
It's definitely going to be someone else.
Like, people are saying...
Maybe John will ultimately be... Oh, go ahead.
Like, people are saying it's either Cassie or maybe her dad, because he's the technician too, since he has a fast wrench as well. Like, it's a theory. Like, it may be a stretch, but, like, we'll see when it comes out.
The thing about Cassie and the wrench is she gets that in the game because that's what the game literally gives her, so she can actually do stuff.
Yeah, but then she's like, says, like, when she gets it, it's like, oh, fast wrench. Kind of like one of my dad's.
Ah. Okay. Forgot about that one. Sorry.
Yeah. As for John's FNAF theories, yeah, he's not doing anymore.
Not for a while, at least.
I mean, not for a while. Just like the whole people not taking this theory as in like respectful way. Just like they're just being rude.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of what they always do. Look at what they do to Matt.
Yeah, like
I think it's a case of it's basically what happens to Matt every time he puts out a new theory. Of you really don't want the big YouTuber to be right because then they could ride that high horse for fucking ever.
yeah, like nowadays it just be like, hey, stop watching MadPat. It's like you're taking the theories too seriously. It's just a theory. He says at the end of the video.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the biggest issue. There is a case of they're taking it too seriously.
Yeah, and even then, there are times like even Mac comes out and say, "Okay, I was wrong about this theory." Like he just basically admits that he's wrong about a theory.
Yeah, I mean, John's even said he was wrong about theories before.
Yeah,
So like that's not nothing new or anything. It's just the fact that some people were like, "No, you're wrong. Fuck you." That pisses me off more than anything else. Is when people act like that of like, "No, you're wrong. Screw you." Like
you're wrong.
That's annoying,
Yeah,
and that's toxic, and that needs to kind of just stop
yeah.
in general.
Needs to get out the window.
Yeah, like, it's a thing of like, I get some people don't like being wrong about the theories and like don't like it. It's tribalism at its finest, basically. Like that in and of itself is just tribalism at its finest, and I don't fucking care for it. Because like, yes, I joke a lot about Robot Gregory. I joke a lot about that because I do genuinely want that to be right.
But if it turns out
But I'm
wrong,
not gonna
you'll
sit here.
just
I'm not
accept
gonna
that it
sit here and
is.
tell you you're wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, Gregory as a human is wrong because I want Robot Gregory. I'm not gonna sit here and do that to you.
Nah.
Like, I'll jokingly talk about shit like that, but I'm not ever gonna outright say you're wrong and you're stupid because you don't share my theory. No, that's just being a dick.
Yeah.
Like what you like, don't be a dick. That is the quote I live by for a lot of things.
Yeah. I think there's one thing I want to bring up with Bruin. I don't know what it is. Let me think. Jeez. Kind of a lot, but I feel like my mind's kind of running out.
Because we've bounced from topic to topic like all this entire time.
Yeah, we're kind of basically kind of summed up everything too.
I was gonna say, like, at this point, we've mostly covered everything we wanted to.
Yeah, we give our own little thoughts about it in our little discussion of what's going on, what the story possibly is.
Like, where it's possibly headed. Like, yeah, we still have some extra theories of, like, where it could go. But there's not really much left in terms of, like, what we have.
Yeah. So I think it's just me still obsessed with the caution bots. The fact that you hear children's cries when you hear them with the mask, especially when you get to Bonnie.
I still think that Vanessa killed some fucking kids.
Yeah, kill some kids or some people. Or both.
Well, absolutely, like some adults, absolutely. But I do think she killed a couple kids along the way.
Yeah. So when you get to Bonnie, there's 4 of them circling around him, and he's just in the circle. And when you turn them all off, his lights just go out.
He goes out too, yeah, with him.
Yeah, because that's like, I don't know what that says. It's spooky in a way if you think about it, but at the same time, it's like so mysterious. It's like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, yeah, at first speculation, it's like, oh, it's a little Easter egg thing where you can see Landmark Bonnie for the first time, acknowledging his existence. But then the deeper you look into it, it's like, what is this?
There's something darker here that happened.
Yeah, but his lights go out, and then, oh my god. I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's like, oh my god, I realized something, but it's like,
what is it? Like, what are they trying to say with that?
it's like, part of me, like, right now, thinking back to your speculation saying, oh, he's more self-aware. Like, saying like, "Hey, Vanessa's doing something," but at the same time, looking at the four mop bots circling around him, and his lights are on while they are before you turn them all off, and then he just goes out. I have a slight feeling that's some sort of it's some weird possession thing. It's a slight feeling. I have a slight feeling.
I
it
mean,
is
I can
that.
understand it considering where the game started.
Yeah, because like you hear the children's cry and you turn them off, but then it's like when you get to them and you see his lights on and you turn them all off, they go away. But I have a slight feeling that it's some sort of possession, like it's the mop bots trying to guide you to Bonnie. Well, not the mop bots in general. It's like a possession going from like I don't know if it's one spirit or multiple spirits. Like in order for it to work, it's like a spirit going into mop bot, you turn it off, then it just goes to another one, guiding you closer and closer to Bonnie to see where he is, and then once you get to the last one, bam, you open the secret entrance. Then there's 4 more surrounding him. Turn them all off, and his lights go off, as if like some sort of spirit was set free.
Yeah.
Boab tree. That's what it's called. I'm looking at the mimic stuff right now. It's called a Boab tree. Boab. Boabab.
Bulb tree?
Boab. Yeah, let's go with that. Boab.
Baby tree?
No. Do not bring Circus Baby into this.
Don't bring her back.
Don't bring her
Don't
back.
bring her back.
Please, let her just be Elizabeth.
Let her be dead.
What was she in the freaking Silver Eyes trilogy?
Elizabeth, she was the 4th body of Charlotte, the adult body, which
And her
because
whole...
in the books, in the original novel trilogy, the 4th adult body of Charlie could also become Circus Baby and was where Elizabeth's soul resided.
That's basically why there's some cases like Charlie just changed from Charlie to Elizabeth, like Circus Baby.
Yeah. That's why that theory as a whole exists.
Then there's Eleanor, which is a very weird case.
Which is something else that honestly has always confused me.
Like it feels like a certain just random Fazbear Frights animatronic thing, like the freaking Pit Spring Bonnie, and Count the Ways Freddy, and Flesh Trap.
Well, Count the Ways Freddy. Count the Ways Freddy is just
Funtime Freddy on
Fun
crack.
Time. That's all it is.
Like Funtime Freddy without Bon. Like he's like, Bon, where are you? Oh, someone's climbed inside of me. You'll feel my pain.
Yeah. Like that's all that is.
Yeah.
It's just Funtime Freddy without Bon losing it before he finally goes offline. One final kill before he goes offline.
Oh, is that what happens?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Then there's the Plush Drive Chaser, which is just
the fucking plush trap minigame from the fucking FNAF 4.
Well, it is that, except he has like actual flesh stuff on him.
That's the only part that's ever weird. That's always gotten me confused. Is like, why does it have actual flesh though?
And how did that get on the shelf?
Yeah, like what's the point of that though? I mean, Jimmy, the book that got me the most, that weirded me out the most, that always got me like, oh Jesus Christ, that's depressing.
Wait.
Was
hold on. I think I know what you're talking about, and it's 3 little words. In the flesh.
Go on. No. No, not that one. It is not that one. He's everywhere. Who are you gonna call?
Psychic Friend
Fred. The plush Freddy.
Oh, no, Freddy. Lonely Freddy.
Lonely Freddy. That's the story that always got me like, oh, that's fucking depressing.
Oh, ain't that basically just body swap?
Yeah, literally, that's really what it is.
That's actually crazy. A fucking
Like
sentient
it's
animatronic toy body swaps with you.
and it's so depressing. Like it's really depressing.
That is fucked up in the flesh. Woo!
Which well, that's just fucked up. I'm like depressing in a way. Like the reason I fucking despise Flush Freddy is because it's just a case of like, how dare you?
How dare you? What did I do to you to take my body?
Not even what did I do to you to take my body? How dare you fuck with this kid like that? Like I feel so bad for Alec in that story by the end of it.
Yeah.
It's like he's literally just gone like, I'll be a better brother for my sister. I'll be a better son for my parents. And then he gets fucked.
He just get his body taken by a fucking toy.
Like it is so depressing what happens in that story.
Oh boy. Do I even want to talk? Do I even?
No.
Oh.
No, you do not.
Oh god. When we found out what that was, it was just
Yeah.
who approved this?
I mean, to be fair, To Be Beautiful was also depressing as shit.
Yeah. Like, To Be Beautiful was depressing as shit, but in the flesh, that was not depressing. That was just, what the fuck is this writing?
Horrifying. That was just horrifying.
Yeah. Oh, there's another. Like, some of these stories are depressing in a way. Like, they're Into the Pit, not really just depressing. It's just like, oh my, this little spring bunny animatronic trying to pose as my dad, even though I know it's not him, but everybody think it's him. I get him back, and it's like, oh, everybody's cool now. To Be Beautiful. Oh my god.
Depressing. Just pure depression. Fodder right there.
Count the Ways. It did kind of talk about but was it depressing?
It was more just a case of like, this is a horror story of like someone you're going to die no matter what. Like that's just the sad thing.
Yeah. Like
no matter what decision, no matter what decision the girl made, she was gonna die.
There's a Chica story where it's like some girl was being chased by Chica, but then it's not that she was hunting him down; it was just to set her free. That's not horror or depressing. I don't know what it's called, but that actually kind of touched my heart.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then there's What We Found, which I think that's the fucking dog one.
No, wait, the dog one is Fetch. What We Found.
That's Fetch. Sorry. What We Found,
I believe,
if I recall, is
the
Golden Freddy one, isn't it?
Is it? All right, let me look.
The Golden Freddy one or something else, because I remember there was one where like two of the boys become friends with another kid and they literally get him killed inside Golden Freddy.
I think this is a Springtrap one where a guy works at Fazbear Frights and for some reason he's getting reminded of a fucking math teacher and then gets fucking cremated alive in an oven.
Is that one What We Found?
Yeah, that was What We Found. As for the Golden Freddy one, trying to think. Do the math. Out of stock was Plush Trap. 135. What's 135?
Hold on.
It was definitely dealing with some lady dealing with the alarm clock, keep waking up at 1:35 before she just went crazy.
That's 3 a.m.
Oh, that's 3 a.m.
That's the 3 a.m. story. Sorry, 1:35 a.m. That's 1:35.
Yeah, 1:35 a.m. The New Kid.
New Kid, that's the one.
Yeah, that's definitely the one. The New Kid, where basically he just gets fucking stuffed alive and Golden Freddy.
Yeah, and then the other kid comes in, and is like, "Oh, hey, I can't see his body." Sticks arm in, gets bit, and stuck in there now, and dies too.
Yeah.
Because there's that one. There's Step Closer, which I really like. Step Closer.
Wasn't that the Foxy
it's
one?
So sad. That's the Foxy one. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's like all I remember is like, to be a pirate, you must lose an eye and a leg
And an arm.
and an arm.
Spider.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
To be
You
fair,
can be a pirate, but first you have to lose an eye and an arm. You can be a pirate.
but first you have to lose an eye and an arm. I said leg because it's like, well, peg leg.
Yeah, I know, but it's eye and arm. And throughout the book, the main character of the book has accidents that almost cost him his eye and or arm.
Oh my god.
The most depressing part about that story, though, is near the end of the story, he and his brother make up, and they finally realize, hey, these are happening because you're cursed by Foxy or whatever. And it's like, okay, let's go to the pizzeria to undo this curse. They find out how to undo the curse, and
He gets
the
in the
kid
accident.
runs out. He gets run over, dies, and then he awakens back in his body in a hospital, where it's revealed they just got an order for a donation. He is a donor. For, you guessed it, an eye and an arm. So he's trapped in his own body as they cut out his eye and his arm. And it is so depressing. Because it's like he just reconciled with his brother and then boom, dead. Like, it is just like brutal, that story.
Then there's Dance With Me, which is that Ballora story, which is basically just,
Which is the
oh, she's still in? That is literally
Yeah.
what that is. She's still in?
Yeah.
Like, though, that's kind of creepy,
One
though.
second.
You put on the glasses, it's basically like Maxis in Ruin, where you put on the mask, he appears, and is just standing there. Other than that,
Yeah.
what else? Bunny Call. That was some sort of camp thing, was it? Where,
I don't remember Bunny Call that well.
yeah, I was reading the summaries of this, and I forgot. But then
I know one of the other ones I was really into reading was I forgot the name of it, but it's the one where basically like the kids in the hospital and shit, and it's the stuffed animal in the fucking closet with the walkie-talkie.
Oh, the real Jake.
The real Jake, which is such a heartwarming story, and I love that story so much.
And there's Blackbird, which is, ooh.
I don't fucking remember Blackbird at all.
Yeah, cause like it was two boys. They were doing something funny, like saying Blackbird was some sort of fortune thing. But then one of them gets creeped out as if like the Blackbird was real and was following him around as if that was going to happen. But it was just him being fucking scared as shit.
Yeah, what story is it that introduced Fazgoo? Yeah, that's the thing that got introduced during the original stories of that shit.
What is Fast School? I never got to fully understand what that was.
I don't know. It's some kind of like fluid. It's some kind of like gooey thing that like you attach your finger to, and it slowly sucks out your organs and your DNA and all that, and creates a clone of you and kills you.
Oh,
that's what I remember it being. It's so dumb. Like it's so dumb. Even MatPat thought it was dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the one with the fucking game developer who like cuts Glitch Trap out of its fucking stomach?
Glitch Trap out of his fucking stomach. No, that's
Yeah,
in the flesh.
That's not in the flesh, is it?
No, like in the.
Oh no, he told.
In the flesh is when fucking M-Prank happens and he just cuts a baby Springtrap out of his stomach.
Okay.
Yeah.
He told me everything. Is that the fucking Lucky Doll, whatever?
No.
Or is that Lucky? That's something else, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely Lucky. Cause like the animatronic was called Lucky Boy.
Yeah, like that's something else. What was he told me everything?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Cause like how I find out what was what is by looking at the animatronics of creatures. And he told me everything had Fazgoo and Pork Chop.
I don't know that one then.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Fazbear Price, the Cliffs. Unless that was he told me everything. Not that.
I don't know. I don't know right now.
Tag Along Freddy. Damn. It was some sort of kid. damn, I can't remember what Tag Along Freddy was.
You and I need to have a binge through of like some of the game theories and shit at this point.
Maybe. Oh, Pizza
Also,
Kid.
I
Oh my.
think we reached 3 hours.
Have we?
Have we? That was 2.5.
It's 10 and it's only 2 minutes in. Oh, right. I streamed late on accident because I was making this image.
So what time are we at then?
We are at 2 hours and 42 minutes. 43 minutes.
Alright, so we're just shy of 3. Okay. I can go on a little bit longer.
Yeah.
A little hungry, that's why.
Yeah. Pizza Kid. Oh my god, Pizza Kid.
Like I don't remember all the books. I just said it earlier. Like I didn't buy the books. I just know them through MatPat and shit.
Yeah. Did he talk about Pizza Kid? Because holy
No.
shit.
No, is Pizza Kid the one where the fucking person fell into the vat of sauce and shit?
Yeah, like did they actually fall into a vat, or was that whole story just an intrusive thought thing?
I don't know. Like he barely covered. Like he literally just said that as like a joke thing.
Yeah, like that was no joke. Someone actually fell into the vat. I don't know if that was actually a thing.
Because like that one, as well as the one where I think it was like Gumdrop Angel or whatever. Like he talks about those two and like passing as like he doesn't comment on them really.
Yeah, someone actually turns into gum and then gets fucking eaten.
It's eaten. Yeah. Like those two are the two. Like those two are two. I remember him, Matt, going like just like barely talking about. That. I was like basically like, oh yeah, this happened as well, but whatever. Like I remember those two being like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, nobody actually fell into the vat and turned into pizza or anything. However, someone did die. By from getting their neck snapped.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, I mean
Why
not that terrifying. I mean, we saw people got hanged in sister location.
why is their neck so stiff? Oh come on, you get the fucking reference.
I try to figure it out. I can't.
DBZA.
Oh, okay.
So Namek and Vegeta snaps his neck when he gets revived. He goes, "Oh, why is my neck so stiff?" Sorry, not the one Vegeta snapped his neck. The one Dodoria snapped his neck. That one.
Jump for
Because the ones Vegeta killed didn't get revived.
jump for tickets. That's kind of another depressing one because in the end, like the clown, it was all happy, but then in the end, some boy possessed it, and it was all sad.
I believe it. Do you want to talk about the epilogue and the Stitch Wraith?
Yeah, let's go with that, cause like the whole Stitch Race thing, the whole two souls, and then at some point, don't they?
That whole story was basically just describing the end of Afton's soul.
Yeah. Like, didn't they also encounter some big old amalgamation thing?
Which was Afton. The Afton amalgamation is what it's called.
Yeah, and they beat it, didn't they?
Basically, after Eleanor ran away. Because here's the thing, Eleanor, technically speaking, as of right now, where we are timeline-wise, Eleanor is still a thing that's on the loose.
Yeah.
Which technically means Baby's still around.
I hope she's not around in the main game.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Baby's soul is not at all anywhere near the Blob.
No. Because, like, ain't her
Nor
legs
is
out?
Charlie. Yeah, Baby and Charlie are the only two who, like, Baby and the puppet are the only two that don't have the souls associated that with them or the lights on.
Yeah.
Because the puppet's missing the tears, which is what tells you Charlie would be in it, and it's a light. The lights are not on behind it, and Baby does not have any lights on it.
Yeah. It's only every other animatronic inside of it.
So, like, Baby and Charlie, Elizabeth and Charlie are the only two spirits not there anymore with the Blob. They're the only two animatronics missing, basically. Those two souls are the only ones that are still missing and unaccounted for.
Yeah, the Blob is basically, probably, hypothetically, going off a theory here, is the game's version of amalgamation, except it's not Afton.
The Blob is one of two things. It's the what's it called? Agony of all those children combined into one, or it is the souls combined with that agony all into one. Either all of the souls except for Charlie and Elizabeth are in there, or it's the agony and all the souls have moved on.
Yeah. Like,
It is one of those two things at this point.
I believe the agony part, because, like, well, agony is a thing. And
Yeah, because agony is what powers a lot of things. That's how these things happen.
Yeah. Like, what is the Blob's though? Because, like, if it is the agony, then it's just the agony rage of trying to keep. Oh, wait.
It's trying to make sure that Afton doesn't get revived, which would explain why in the Bone Trap ending, it would go after Bone Trap, which would remind it of William.
Yeah, because the way he looks.
Yeah, which would explain why when we see the Mimic in Ruin, it does not look anything like William.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything like.
Because that's how it would get that's why the Blob would not go after it if it didn't look like William.
Yeah. Like, at first it looked like it was supposed to guard keep him there, but now it's like he's just like something that looked like William, reminded it of his past stuff, went after him, and then with no longer the spring lock stuff and the flesh, that poor girl.
Yeah.
It's just like now tumbling around the Pizzaplex.
Yeah. In which I actually think a good theory for what could happen post Ruin is the Blob protects Cassie from the Mimic going forward until someone can come in and save Cassie.
Yeah.
Which is what I think the main plot of Help Wanted 2 should be, of someone coming in to basically fight the Mimic and save Cassie.
Oh, Help Wanted 2? It's basically
it's not going to be.
Well, it's going back to the VR. Just going probably the sister location and Pizzeria Simulator.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I think it could work. That's what it probably would be. And then like Help Wanted, it'll just tease whatever's next for the security breach.
For the Pizzaplex or for whatever comes after Ruin.
Yeah, I honestly think Help Wanted is the one game I'm not gonna buy.
Help Wanted 2?
No, like, maybe Help Wanted 2. Like, the Help Wanted series, I'm probably not gonna buy that shit. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like,
it's that you don't own VR.
Yeah, like, I do have it. It's just, oh man.
You just don't ever want to play VR FNAF.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like, you saw my fucking panic when I saw those endoskeletons move in Security Breach.
Yeah.
Like, I probably quit the game.
I saw your panic in FNAF 1, Night 5.
Like, my panic there was mostly just running out of power. My panic in Security Breach was just not dealing with those damn things.
No. Because the thing with FNAF 1, Night 5 especially, whenever Bonnie and Chica would get to the door at the same time, you'd panic and throw everything off.
Yeah, because it fucks up the plan. It's like save power, but then when you see those two there, it's like, oh fuck, what do I do?
I mean, I've always said this, if they're both at the door, you don't go on the camera until they leave.
Yeah, just gotta listen for their footsteps. And just
Yeah.
find Freddy quick.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I think what probably will happen now is they're going to finish the Tales of the Pizzaplex book series. They're going to finish that. Then they're going to release the movie, Help Wanted 2, which I really hope gets a new name. I don't like Help Wanted 2 as the name. I think it should get a new name. Considering this one's going to come something different entirely.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it other than Help Wanted 2. Like, it's a Help Wanted sequel, but...
And then I think probably they'll finish it off. I hope FNAF ends with the next game after Help Wanted 2.
Maybe. Depends on what Scott's plan is.
Because here's the thing: if they ended on the game post Help Wanted 2, then they'll end it 10 years after FNAF 1 came out.
Ooh, that's genius.
I think that would be the perfect way for the series to go out. 10 years after the first game came out, the final game comes out and tells everything.
Yeah, and then from there, it's just the other two movies for the trilogy.
Yeah. Like the trilogy of movies, which basically retells everything that happened in the games.
Yeah.
Or at least all the main stuff from the games. And then, but like the next game to come out after Help Wanted 2 should be like the final game out of all of it. And should be the game that basically tells you all of the lore.
Yeah. Woo!
Where it's like throughout the game, like you get all of the lore throughout the game through like different endings. It finally gives you all the lore throughout the endings. And then you have to merge all of the endings to get the proper timeline. So you can finally get the complete timeline of the games. I'm gonna laugh if in that game, a lot of it's just Matt Pat's videos.
What would be really funny if it gets some sort of narration, but
From Matt Pat.
yeah, it's narration from Matt Pat explaining the whole lore. Except it's
like,
not a
no.
game theory.
Like,
It's an actual.
The thing that's telling you the lore is like a little helpy thing, and the voice of the helpy is just Matt Pat.
Yeah. Oh, almost.
That would be amazing.
Almost forgot. Like, there's a thing with Helpy and a security breach. Like, I was watching Markiplier's gameplay. Then he pointed out, for some reason, Helpy had veins briefly when he was speaking to Cassie. Like, I don't.
Huh.
Like, I have the image, but except it's on my phone. Do I have time to send it over? Yes, I can. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you can send it to me.
Yeah, do I send in DMs or text or talk?
Yeah, just DM it. Just DM it. Tony's not bothering with us.
Unless. Tony, you here?
Unless Tony wants.
Tony?
Tony. Yeah, no,
I'll,
just DM it.
Yeah, I'll DM it.
Tony doesn't care anymore.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I cannot exactly show this image on stream because look what's before the channel you suggested. Oh boy.
There. Ta-da!
Okay, now I can send this. Wait, that's not
I
it.
love that quick conversation. Good question. Huh. You know those endoscones you have to look at so they don't move? They fucking move.
Yeah,
Veins. Where are the veins? Oh, I see it. I see them.
Where is it? Oh, here it is.
I see the veins.
Here's the thing, and then go to my DMs. Like, yeah, the little veins right here. And his eyes are yellow too. They were blue before.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, it might be a case of both the Mimic and Vanny have control over Helpy.
Yeah, because it's like when you go into the story, when you go to the point where Mexis is like blocked out for briefly, it's like, oh, I did that. I blocked out Mexis. It's like, oh, that's neat. But then after you complete the story, it's like, oh shit, that Mimic probably took over.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. Especially with the fact that Mimic is probably using previous voice lines Gregory used when Vanessa was trying to find him.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back from Chuck E. Cheese.
What?
I
God
did
damn
not
it,
leave
Tony.
the call at all. I just left my computer on and left.
God damn it, Tony.
You legit deadass left for Chuck E. Cheese.
Yup, I did. You wanna know? When did I leave?
I don't know.
Like maybe
when.
an hour ago.
Yeah, like a few hours ago.
Jesus Christ, Tony.
Well, now that I got the.
See, this
I
Tony,
left
this
at
is why we don't trust
7:30.
you to do things.
What?
This is why we don't trust you to do things.
Because I just leave you guys? That was on purpose.
Christ, Tony.
Well, now that I got the.
I left at 7:30.
So you have none of the context of anything we talked about.
Nope.
Wait, you left at 7:30? That's impossible. No way you left at 7:30. That's when I started, and I pinged you there.
Did you? No, hold on.
Yeah, no, it had to have been like 8:30.
I think it was probably. I don't know.
Yeah, probably just an hour later.
Because it would have had to have been after I joined. Because you and I spoke definitely a few times.
Yeah, well,
Said,
now
like,
that
3
Tony's
words,
here,
and
I
that
can
was it.
actually show him what we were just talking about.
Yeah, because I was having fun at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I already knew about that.
yeah, the whole veiny helpy thing.
Vein thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like back.
Neat trick, huh? I fucking mimicked your voice, you idiot.
I mean, that's a big hint right there that something's wrong.
Yeah, that's a big hint that something's wrong. Like the fact that Markiplier noticed it, but he's not really paying attention much, just trying to continue forward. Like even with the
I
block
think
too.
Mark's actively ignoring it because he kind of already can guess what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like he even guessed with the blob too at first when he got down the stairs. It's like, oh, the little Freddy guy. That's like, damn, bro, got more attention than me.
It's gonna make a joke, but no, it's too easy of a joke to make.
What's the joke?
Everyone's got more attention than you. So I said I was gonna make
That's
it, but
supposed to
too
mean.
easy.
I think I meant attention span, or whatever
Exactly.
it is.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. What the fuck you on about?
Because I said he got more attention. I just thought he meant like, how do I put it?
Attention to
Views.
detail?
Whatever. Moving on. I lost my thought.
Ability to retain information. And so I feel bad for Frost.
Yeah, I saw the message. Bug flew down. Bug. Ah!
A bug flew down his throat.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's the worst thing to happen.
Why can I talk? I can talk normally by myself when I'm singing stuff, but when I'm actually talking in person, I just mess up badly.
You ain't in person. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yo, that man
During
suck.
Chuck E. Cheese, I've gotten ideas.
What ideas?
For my own thing. Also that, and I had like a 30-second staring contest with the robot.
You were probably
Oh,
thinking
good. It
about, it almost happened.
Again.
The bite of 23.
What do you mean again?
Did
Did you get bit by a robot before?
What? No, of course not.
Did you mean the whole
Tony.
pranking thing?
Yes.
I am not surprised by him.
I'm surprised that's basically your own security breach. You were being pranked by teenagers.
My own. That was the most scariest shit of my life.
Yeah, not your own security breach. Your own security breach ruin.
Bro, we were gonna. Next thing you know, there was gonna be a gas leak or something.
Oh my god. Next thing you know, there was somebody
Judging with
else
half
in
the things I
building.
kind of broke there.
How old are you in that? 7, right?
I don't fucking remember anymore, bro.
Like, imagine the same incident happens again, but it's like somebody trying to look for their friend, but their friend is not there.
Just imagine. I just imagining Tony suffering.
It's fucking.
But yeah, that's everything covered on Bruin. Overall,
Everything for now.
yeah, everything.
No, it
for now.
isn't. There's something you're missing.
What?
Figure it out.
You asshole.
Asshole. Anyways, overall, it's a pretty great game. Fixes up everything, the problems the security breach had. While there is some plot holes with like what kind of endings are there, what happens next with what happens with Cassie and Mimic, and how Gregory and Cassie knew each other. Overall, it's pretty good. Good storytelling, good atmosphere for a horror game. Actually, good for one.
Finally.
And Guess we'll have to see what happens with Help 1 and 2. They should workshop that name.
Probably.
It's just like a little preview on what would happen if they let the game cook more.
Yeah, if they
Oh,
let
yeah,
actually cook more and basically not get scared of MatPat when he gets way too close to his theory. Like, let MatPat do his thing on making random theories rather than just getting close to them like he did at first with saying the mimic Glitchtrap wasn't AI. Yeah. That's all we got covered for today. And I'll be back Monday. Maybe on YouTube or Kick. Whatever. Watch on one of the two. Bye, losers.